everybody. Welcome to the Monday Sound Stream. It is Monday, September 23rd, and I didn't have my brightness turned up, so it looked like I was in complete shadow. Welcome, everybody, to the stream. It's going to be an interesting week on the channel, so we're going to talk about it. Today we are doing a Transformers tier list, and knowing how me and Ryan talk about Transformers, we're going to get started on it sooner than later. So if some of these news stories go by quick, apologies in advance. Some of these things we just need to kind of
we both have to wake up early, so
yeah, we both have to wake up early. So we're gonna try to get this. We're gonna try to keep everything on track today. Now that being said, it is still us, so expect tangents. But I want to introduce my panel of co-hosts here. We'll start with Fighter Cows.
Yeah. How's it going? I came. Yeah.
What
did I do over the weekend? I went to AEW taping for Collision and Rampage.
Yay!
And it would have been Ring of Honor too, but I had to go, home to sleep. And so they were gonna be like, "Hey, you want to stay up till 1 a.m.?" I'm like, "No."
So, Kels, did you get Power Drive there or no?
Thankfully, no. I do have spoilers for Rampage, but
the movie, the one with that's the one with the monkey and the Rock.
By the way, those games are great.
Mm-hmm.
I love those old Rampage games.
Also, welcome, Ryan, our other blinking box in the corner.
So, Sal, do you also look up to our hero, Sentinel Prime, also?
Let's just say I see where Megatron was coming from. Let's give a special shout out. It looks like Zero. I recognize that name. Kaus, do you recognize Zero in the chat? I can't remember how to pronounce that name, but I think you do.
Yeah, I do. It's Sir Chitna. They show up on the KLF streams too.
Awesome. I knew I recognized the name. Just couldn't remember how to pronounce Sir Chitna. Logic Blaster, thank you for enjoying the live streams and enjoying our takes on the toy industry, because we do a lot of business talk on these streams, all things considered.
You mean we aren't just at the Unikitty gag in Lego Movie 1? Business.
Yeah, no, I know it's funny because I know some people don't always enjoy the business talk, but I really do, and that's what I want to talk about because I've worked behind the scenes in film and TV, and so I know the business behind the entertainment, so I like to mix the both.
Well, some because people refuse to know the truth, and the truth needs to be out, damn it!
Yes. Really ironic, a movie with Hasbro's name on it came out like that. But let's give a rundown, everybody, in our text chat. Say hi to everybody.
Okay, wait a second. There you go. Welcome, 94kun, AJ Marcos, Astronaut, Fozzie, JV Card, K Master, Kaiju 1954, Logic Blaster, LPH, Master Ben, Mishinuki, Miteki T, Swift the Crow, Edgeworth Jason, Sussy, Hellfire, Toma, Zelchex, Zero, Dr. Grid, more people got added. I don't know who.
Philippe Sereno, K Master.
Philippe Sereno. Yeah, there you go.
Welcome, everybody. And Forever 1000, glad to see more channel members popping up. I know we haven't done a member exclusive live stream. I've been busy. That's actually what the first topics are here. Let's we're just gonna jump right into it because
quick, smash the emergency Fortnite stream button.
I don't know if I'll have time. Let's get into the PSAs, our little check in on how things are going. On the channel last week, we had a reasonably sized Big Bad Toy Store unboxing.
For once,
it was still large, but it was manageable.
I mean, speaking of packages, HLJ is still processing my shipment for our pre-order of Nendoroids. I don't know what's taking forever.
Man, Ami's taking a while too. I'm waiting.
I think I got emails saying it's the holiday season coming out in Japan, so there might be a reason why. So it's God damn it, I want my Nendoroids now.
And then we have the How to Watch Transformers guide. I got overwhelmed a little bit in some segments of that. There's been some comments and critiques and things I'll work on improving in the future. It was, I think the biggest takeaway I took from doing the Transformers guide is Transformers continuity might be the messiest continuity I've tried to put into a single video to date. And I
think it's more I mean, part of it definitely is mostly because I say the messy part is G1, but I feel more just there's so many continuities.
Yeah,
also.
exactly. That's what makes it messy, right? Is like, how many chapter times did I have in that video? Like 14 sections, I think.
Because TMNT also has a lot of shows, but like here they only have like there's only 5 cartoons now, 5 cartoons
with
versus
TMNT you have 87 cartoon 90s movies, 2003 show or Next Mutation 2003 show.
Super Chat from Mateki, $2 sound. Firecast and Ryan say
Bonerific. Thank you, Muteki. Appreciate that. TMNT, it was 80s, 90s movies, Next Mutation, 2003, 2012 show, 2014 movies, Rise, Mutant Mayhem. So it's only like 8 groups in total.
Yeah.
Transformers, and this was bundling things. There were still 14 continuity groups. It's just it was too much.
That's not getting the comics.
Yeah. And we will talk about Transformers 1. I did see it. We're going to rank it, and then we'll talk about it. We won't do spoilers because I know it's not even out in the UK till like the October 11th, I think.
And Paramount wonder why the box office. I mean, I don't think the box office was too bad. It just
why was the box office soft? I don't know. It only came out in like a handful of regions this week, and the rest of them are.
Yeah.
Like, China gets it next week, middle of October for the UK, and then like I think Japan doesn't get it till November.
It's like ridiculous. Paramount, what's like?
I don't get why these like we are in a modern age. I don't get why like Jamie's World said, why can't it release everywhere at the same time? Exactly. There's no reason for it not to. I also think, and this is also this is another thing too, is I think that like Transformers 1 should not have come out in like Halloween lead up season after school started. Like this should have been out in August when there was nothing coming out. It should have come out right after Borderlands, because I think that would have been before most of the US had their kids in school. And I think it would have been like a kind of like finale to summer. Here's your, kind of family outing before summer is over and school starts. But I think that, so I think it came a little late
surprisingly,
in that way.
Surprisingly, there was quite a few kids and families that I went to Friday early in the morning, but there were still like families of kids. I'm like, shouldn't you guys be in school?
Yeah, I went Sunday afternoon and there was no kids in the theater. In fact, there was 2 people in the concession line, and I didn't see any other people outside of my theater. At the theater, it was just dead.
Yeah, my theater was pretty not packed, but it was pretty like full. It was pretty.
I got a Shadow the Hedgehog poster though.
I mean, that's brilliant marketing for the movie.
Yeah.
It's like,
what wasn't brilliant marketing?
I
still have not seen the Sonic 3 trailer in front of the movie.
I did at my screening of Transformers 1.
I don't know if it was because I was in IMAX. I don't know if they just didn't prep the Sonic 3 trailer for IMAX. But
yeah, maybe because I went non-IMAX in my Regal theater, and yes, they had no poster, but they had the trailer. They also had those creepy popcorn buckets of Optimus and Bee's heads.
Yeah,
at concession stands, which
they
I
have those here too. It was funny because like they don't even have the poster for Sonic up at the theater. I didn't see, but they had a poster up for the Nightmare Before Christmas re-release, but they have no showtimes at that theater.
Weird.
It's so bizarre. Also, I got a wonderful trailer for The Wild Robot that explained the entire plot of the movie and said, coming out in 3 weeks. And I'm like, no, that's next week. Trailers that have wordage like in 3 weeks or in 1 month should just not be in theaters. Like, it should only be the trailer with the date at the end. It should not say coming soon. It should not say September. It should say the specific date on any trailer plays in theaters. These are the things I would do if I was actually like involved with NATO and could make these choices.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, guys, NATO, when in this context, is not, the global organization NATO. It is the National Association of Theater Owners, a group that really needs to get their shit together because their name is also the same as a giant organization of world leaders.
I thought you were talking about. I thought you were talking about a tornado for a second there.
Oh yeah, no.
Talking about the actual the government thing.
The National Association of Theater Owners is also known as NATO, and that is the first problem they need to fix, and then fix a lot of these other problems. It's crazy. Oh yeah, Smith the Crow. Remember New Mutant Style? Its trailer played in front of Endgame. Yep, I remember that.
I don't think I remember that. But good.
Yeah, no, it's anyways, crazy stuff. But I did enjoy seeing Transformers 1. We'll talk about it. Transformers continuity did rip my hair out a little bit. And we will talk about that more in the tier list. Shorts last week started another... Oops, I lost track of my buttons here. There we go. Welcome, Terry Lang. We got a new Massiveverse comic review. This is Cal 1964 issue 2. And then I started my little sub-series on the Netflix One Piece figure arts with Luffy.
Those figures do look nice, but man, they come with nothing. At least the Luffy did.
Luffy didn't come with much. He also was the lower price point.
Yeah, I guess so. But even the anime, even the anime Luffy's come with a bit more than Netflix Luffy.
Yeah, Cass, do you think it's licensing?
What do you call it? The facial...
The face print?
Yeah.
The likeness. Yeah, the likeness.
Yeah, likeness, yeah.
Yeah,
that's my guess. But it is a nice figure. It's just... I did... Full disclosure. Full disclosure. I got Luffy and Zoro 55% off on Ami Ami.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah. The Nami I paid full price for, but you'll see my review of her in a couple weeks.
How's the torso range on that thing? Because it has that, like, the vest overlay on it.
It's interesting because I didn't have time to talk about the articulation range because it's a short. The elbow goes a little past 90, like a 92. Hey, Spin Dash. The knee does a really nice bend. I do really like the knee. And then the torso, he has an upper ball joint. The shirt is an overlay piece. And then it's just, like, fully jointed. So it can actually crunch forward, like, horrifically far.
So it's already better than the Kaiju number 8 figure torso range.
Actually, I think he has more range than Kaiju number 8 does.
Kaiju has pretty good range. There's Reno and Mina.
Yeah, definitely better than Reno and Mina. And then also, he's still, but somehow, even this far crunched over, he still has better posture than Law when he's sitting. So, you know.
Oh yeah, One Piece update, I guess.
One Piece update. I finished reading Dressrosa. Trafalgar Law is my new fave. So.
So is that figure art more frustrating for you then?
Because I want it, but welcome Benjamin Wiseman. I do want it, and I don't like the way the figure art's built with the cape thing. So I'm like, maybe I don't want it. I don't know. Kind of want them to. I kind of want them to do the Dressrosa look of Law in figure arts because they could give him like a cloth hoodie. Since I've been doing that more, and I think that'd be great. But yeah.
I mean, speaking of figure arts, you can always tell when I'm really deep into figure arts now. Where because I got the Demon's figure arts Tanjiro for Demon Slayer, and his joints were very tight. So I had to. I bought shock oil, the figure art friendly shock oil technique. So I don't have to deal with joints like that. Because my figure arts fern from Freeman broke in half and had to waste, so I had to glue that together. I love when figure arts break when they're super expensive.
Welcome, Crossy Hossy. So here's the thing with the next week or so of videos. I'm going out of town on Friday, so because of that, things are a little different. They're not too different because I schedule stuff in advance. So Wednesday there will be a video. It's going to be another viewing guide because I think I hate myself a little bit. I'm just like, let me just do all these viewing guides back to back. Apologies for everyone waiting for the next Sentai showcase. I needed to do viewing guides. 3 of them within a month span. So Wednesday's video is going to be the Metal Heroes viewing guide that everyone's been asking for. Because the Scheider Blu-ray street date is Tuesday. And this is the closest I can pull this off. I don't know if it's going to do well, but I hope you all watch the Metal Hero viewing guide because that's a franchise Toei doesn't care about. So I don't think the algorithm's going to care about it. And but I'm putting my all into that one because I think that it should be that franchise should get more recognition. And I think Discotek releasing the shows has gotten it more attention than ever before. And also, for the time being, it's up to date because Toei hasn't done anything with the Metal Heroes in 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
So and counting.
And counting, yeah. The Friday video is going to be, I don't know, do I call it a hot take video? Based on online reaction, I'm calling it a hot take video. It's called One Piece Anime Heroes Are Good.
I mean...
Because
I
everywhere I look online, and I mean everywhere, Reddit, Twitter, whatever, YouTube reviews, it's always like, oh, look how great the figure art looks, and then look how trash the anime heroes looks. And I'm like, no, it's time for someone to actually step up for this line.
Well, I mean, it was ironic because people who hated the One Piece figure art line when it started. To be fair, they weren't great. But like, I like to call that because I'm getting sick and tired of it. I call that toy gatekeeping or toy price gate. I'm not sure it's the right word.
I'm
but
gonna
like
call it what it is, which is oh damn it, I just had the word. Toy elitism.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
I can afford a $100 figure, therefore that's the only one that should exist.
I saw because I got sick. There was a really
somebody like that, but with model kits.
Yeah, no. I saw there's a video you've probably seen around where it's like the thumbnails like anime heroes Luffy with like figure arts Luffy on the thumbnail or something like that, and talk about these figures are trash, even though really the One Piece figures are one of the best ones of the anime hero line, but also like they talk about like what kid wants to buy a $20 item where they can wait to pay for the figure art, and like
what kid is paying for a figure art?
Also, you answer your own question. Like, of course, like people like. It's called, hey, not everybody has the money to purchase figure arts. I get lucky enough to get most of my figure arts nowadays. But not everybody's fortunate enough to pay for the expensive prices of figure arts. Actually, Luffy may be $30, but Zoro and Sanji, nope, no, they're not.
Yeah.
It's simple as that.
It's not gonna be a anime heroes versus figure arts video, but I will mention the figure arts in relation to the anime heroes because I wanna. I'm not going to call anybody out, but I'm just going to address the comments I've seen in the fandom because that's the ethos of the video is to kind of go, these are not bad. Let's talk about why they're good.
I mean, same thing with just any of the Bandai America anime stuff with Dragon Star, especially because especially how expensive Dragon Ball figure arts are getting with the Dragon Stars are good, like healthy, like just good. I had the hot take of anime consumer figures are good for the business. Like even like McFarlane stuff. I know people are not big on the anime McFarlane stuff, but it's good to have the option just for people who can't afford figures. I mean, that's why I think the Jazz Solo anime line is actually really damn good because you're getting them for a good price for honestly a lot of content they come with in the packaging and such like that.
AR said, heck, depending on where you live, what adult is regular picking up figure arts? Only a select few people who know how to import stuff. Because otherwise, if you're buying it at the Bandai Tamashii US prices, you will go broke fast.
Yeah, I feel like Big Bad, love the story, but man, like some figure arts I think are real too much.
Well, that's not even Big Bad's fault. That's Bandai's. That's the Bandai American price on those things. They're with the way the yen is, the figure art prices of the US releases should not be as high as they are.
Yeah, I mean, like, going back, like, my figure arts figure of Fern from Free Rent does not... That thing's a traffic cone. That thing should not be $75.
Exactly, and the thing is, I just paid for my Ami Ami bill for my Nami, Yusuke, and Ultraman arc, and basically, because of the yen conversion, my Ultraman arc was free. If you were to add up the price of those 3 figures from Bandai America's releases, I got arc free. Like, that's the price.
I really should... I really should just get more stuff from like Ami Ami or Hobby Link more because I pre-ordered the Fuko and Andy and their retail price of I think $15.60 for both of them.
Yeah, and like you just gotta watch the yen and then see how it goes, Because that's the biggest thing is that there's been some months where I pay the same exact price. Like Father of Ultra, Psycho said Father of Ultra. Yeah, Father of Ultra, I paid the same price as the US price. But sometimes, like, with the way the yen works, it's just like, and then I, like when I bought Luffy, Zoro, and Nami from the Netflix One Piece, it was like getting Zoro free. that's the kind of price. But they were also because Luffy and Zoro were on sale. But, yeah, it's just, you gotta, for me, I'm very much like, how do I get these the cheapest I can get them? And that's just how it goes. But going into, I think Smith the Crow had a great comment. said, toy price gatekeeping sums up Nendoroid versus Funko. That is always the most disingenuous argument I've ever seen. Like, if someone's just talking about straight art style preferences, yes.
That's fine, yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But when someone's like, Funko shouldn't exist because Nendoroids do, you have lost the plot, because Nendoroids are 7 times the price of Funkos.
Yeah, I mean, I keep wanting one, but I can never afford it.
And,
yeah, I mean the ones I'm getting, they're around like $50 to $40 versus $10 Funko,
yeah.
and that's from HobbyLink.
Exactly. And so the thing is, One Piece Anime Heroes Are Good is going to be me going, here, look at this figure of Portgas Ace. Is he better than the figure art? No, but he's also 1/5 the price.
Exactly.
I mean, also, I think people need to stop comparing the figures and compare it to the other competitors in the US.
Yeah. And I do that as well. So I was like, I brought up Marvel Legends. I brought up Star Wars. It's the thing is that AR had a long comment that's basically like, some people are quantity over quality and some are quality over quantity, and some people are just going to buy what they can afford. And affordable options are a great thing, right? Yeah, like cows, like me too. I don't like, I don't like spending like a ton of money on. That's why like sometimes Transformers, I'm like, I want that, but I feel like it's too much. Like some of the leader class figures, or Marvel Legends as well, where I'm like, that's good, but I don't want to pay that much for it.
Hi, fat dog.
Yeah, say hello to. I don't know why your 2-pack was $70 Lockjaw here. I mean, he's a nice solid chunk of plastic, but like, that's a short for another day. But that's gonna be the video, and I think it'll be fun. I filmed it already, so see you later, Mr. Tanuki. Oh yeah, and Kaijin54 mentioned more expensive lines decreasing in quality, like Monster Arts. Monster Arts has gone down the. I don't even talk about it anymore. Because I feel like it's like disingenuous for me to talk about them, because I've not seen a Monster Art come out with good quality in years. I don't want to talk about that line. So basically that's gonna be this week's videos. Plus you're gonna get 2 YouTube shorts. Can anyone guess what one of them will be? It rhymes with Zolo.
Dr. Usopp's Sanji's cooking. Usopp's.
Well, anyways, so there's going to be another One Piece short this week. And then also there's going to be another Marvel Legends short. Then next week there's going to be a Marvel short, a One Piece short. There's going to be 2 Blu-ray videos. Okay, one of them is going to be the Blu-ray haul. And then one of them is going to be about Crunchyroll's Gundam Witch from Mercury and Doan's Island Blu-rays. And that one also has a long preamble, because I'm not playing games with people anymore. I want to make sure like everybody knows where I stand with Crunchyroll as a company before I talk about their releases. Because I think that like we talk on Crunchyroll stuff a lot here, but I don't talk about it in videos so much. So if you guys are like, oh, I know what he thinks of Crunchyroll as a company, you can kind of fast forward that bit. It's probably runs a little long, but I think it's important.
And I guess it's one of the things that when watching that video is, if you're like a subscriber of Crunchyroll just because you want to support official anime and all that stuff, you're not a bad person.
Absolutely
for doing
not.
That. Please,
and I never want anyone to think
that,
because I spent $140 on Gundam Blu-rays for that video from Crunchyroll. So I'm never going to shame anybody for having a Crunchyroll subscription, because I buy them.
Yeah, because I have.
I'm not boycotting the company. I'm just mad at them for their business practices.
Yeah, because I have.
Which is fair,
Yeah, I have a Crunchyroll because I want to watch and support the official animes and watch the dubs and all that stuff.
For me, the shows I watch aren't on Crunchyroll. That's why I don't have a subscription.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair reason. But I watch all the latest stuff, so I want to keep up and such like that.
AR said, "I'm a bad person as I have a Crunchyroll subscription and keep forgetting to actually use it. Cancel that thing. It doesn't make you a bad person. But this is a budget thing. If you are not watching a show on a streaming service every week, drop it. And then just come back around later."
That was me with Paramount Plus and High Dive. And I should have used High Dive more, because they do have stuff. I should have used High Dive more because they have stuff I do like, but I just keep forgetting I have
There is so much out there, you're never going to be able to watch something on every service at once. So if you don't have a weekly show on there, if you're not watching something on it at least once a week, drop it and then just pick it up again later when you have like, oh, I want to watch the show. Oh, it's on this service. Let me resub to that service.
Yeah, that's what like when I did my like budgeting and decide which stuff do I keep. The only streaming service I'm keeping, like our video streaming service, I have like a subscription to. I have a subscription for like YouTube Premium, which I know is weird, but like I use that.
No,
when you have a day job, that turn off your phone while playing music, still playing the video in the background. It's so helpful.
When I
So
used to work at MGM, I had a YouTube Premium for that exact reason.
Yeah. So I have that, but then like, and I have like Manga Plus because because I'm reading all these mangas. But like the only two subscriptions I have still is Crunchy and Netflix because those are the two services I use the most because I keep watching stuff on them.
I also recommend not doing annual plans for any of these video streaming services because it will save you money in the long run, but only if you like actually use it all the time.
I mean, the classic, and there's also the classic option, friends with benefits option, where the reason why I don't have a Disney Plus anymore because my partner has it, and we can just watch it. We can just watch it together with his account.
Exactly, and that's the thing too is I think with streaming services, I do recommend people just churn streaming services. You know, it's not you don't have any obligation to keep giving them money every month if you're not using it. Mm-hmm. Now, as Muteki said, what about Soundout membership? Yes, you should have that every month, all the time. If you're able, it does help the channel because the thing I always say, Smith the Crow, YouTube's filters changed recently. I don't know why messages.
It's so weird.
It's not even us doing it. Like YouTube changed the words lately. YouTube's weird, but with the YouTube subscription thing, it helps the channel because the subscriptions are a baseline. I know that money's coming in that month versus ad revenue, which just spikes up and down all the time. So
I love it. I mean, so I'm assuming you have big plans for the December is the big month for ad revenue, or that was.
December's usually a big month for ad revenue, and then January is a dead zone.
Dead zone.
as AR says, the Soundout membership is a lot cheaper than other streaming services. This is true. It's either $1, $3, or $5, and I get most of that money. So
remember when Disney Plus was cheap? I remember that.
I remember that too. I'm not an evil soulless corporation, so if you guys want to support,
or are you?
I don't know. People keep calling me a Hasbro shill, and I'm just like, not even. Watch there was somebody called me a Hasbro shill in a review I did, and I replied back. I was like, you should watch any of my live streams. There's a reason Hasbro doesn't call me up.
One day, Sal could have the money to pay me in cows.
Exactly. I'm still in the negative of what do I buy for the channel and make videos on versus what I get in. So
I'm assuming if you ever get enough money to pay me, I'm assuming you could pay for every single graphic I made for you.
Exactly, that's the idea. Like,
and that's probably gonna be a lot. So hope you don't mind that big bill.
Yeah, I gotta like. Once I break even, then I go, okay, now I can pay people. What do I pay them for? And then I start making a list. We'll get there someday. At least hopefully. I don't know. Thing is, too, is there's always the chance that enough big YouTubers quit, and then the platform frees up options for us to rise to the top.
So what he's saying is that you're going to make your own Lunchables brand.
No, absolutely not. If you guys have seen anything a big YouTuber's gotten in trouble for, I'm never doing that. Here's the thing too, I'm also like looking at my emails and I get like product reviews, like, would you like to review our massage chair? And I'm like, no.
I'm a toy channel.
Like, come at me with something relevant and then we'll talk. Also, I'm like suspicious of a bunch of those emails because it's like, it's written in perfect English and then they'll have a logo at the bottom for like, here's how to unsubscribe from these emails, and it's got like a logo of a Chinese company that I looked up that's like just a giant scam artist group. So I'm always trying to make so I don't want to have happen is like I get sponsored by a company trying to sell people Scottish land they don't own.
Or worse, better help.
Yeah.
I was driving to TF1. I got on the radio. I was hearing BetterHelp ads. Like, ew, why am I hearing this on the radio?
Yeah, there's a lot of that stuff
on the radio now.
I am Currently speaking, I am not desperate enough for money to take any of these sponsorships or take the risk of them. I want to make sure it's not only legit for me, it's legit for everybody that I would be recommending it to.
No, you reminded
me. It's also not, and also is good.
Yeah.
You reminded me of the ones taking the land plot to Scotland.
Yes.
And I remember when I first saw YouTubers promoting that, I immediately knew that was a scam. I even made a mixtape about it immediately.
That seems like a scam. And then the thing was, there was one,
like, really, y'all couldn't tell?
There was one YouTuber I followed that, like, after the thing came out and turned out it was a scam, they, like, made a video and they're like, look, here's everything my lawyer said about this company. It was all legit in the legal documentation. And I was just like, oh, man, that sucks. Like, that guy had even gotten his lawyer to look over the deal and everything, and it seemed like...
Oh, no.
God.
Oh, there you are. You're back. You blip out for just a split second. Don't worry.
You won't believe what I opened. A tweet. Okay. Anyways.
So you're saying about Scotland?
Scotland. So there was a YouTuber I follow that did the Scotland thing, and he posted all of the evidence of, like, all the he made a video following up, like, apologizing for it, and, like, went through this whole thing, and, like, here's all the emails I got, here's all the documentation, here was my lawyer signing off on this, and going through it and checking into the company, making sure it was legit, and I was just like, damn, that sucks that he went through all that, and yet,
no.
Yeah, that company, that Scottish land, like, scam company, they really ran it over on people, because they made everything seem legit on the legal end.
Yep.
Welcome, Sentai Ranger Donnie. Let's get on to the news, because I want to get on to this Transformers tier. I almost said viewing guide. I think I'm a little viewing guide traumatized. I'll be okay.
When's the Soundout viewing guide?
The Soundout viewing guide about Soundout's viewing guides. It's funny because every viewing guide, I have something I'm unsatisfied about with every one of them. That I'm like, I want to make a corrections video where I just sit and commentate about certain segments. Be like, I should have done it this way. It's welcome, TMNT Sonic fam. It's always the classic, you're your own worst critic.
Yeah.
It's like, like Ryan was telling me some critiques from somebody about my video, and I was just like, oh, that was less harsh than what I told myself. So, all right, let's get on to the news. Todd McFarlane, his extended pre-order campaign for the Medieval Spawn via Kickstarter ended up crossing $2 million, 10,000 backers, and everybody that backed one is going to get a crap ton of weapons. That's what I've learned.
So can't wait for your wall, like, rack of weapons.
Yeah, the medieval wall of weapons, yeah. Anyways, that's fun. Moving on. All right, entertainment news. Let's start in the world of documentaries. The Reboot Rewind documentary, this is the group that was working on a documentary and found the original master tapes for Reboot and are now transferring them.
You want to hear more about that story? Check out last stream. Yeah, you want to hear more about it? Check out last week's stream.
Check out last week's stream more on the HD Reboot project. But the documentary is airing on TELUS Optic TV and Stream Plus in Canada. All 8 episodes on September 24th, tomorrow. But the entire documentary will be airing on YouTube. Episodes 1 and 2 will drop tomorrow. Episode 3 on October 1st. Episode 4 on the 8th. Episode 5 on the 15th. And episodes 6, 7, and 8 on the 22nd. So if you're wanting to watch it and you're not in a place that has TELUS Optic TV, it will be on YouTube. So I'm excited. I can't wait to watch this.
Yeah,
I love this show. All right. Speaking of documentaries, a Kickstarter has opened for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Evolution, Mutation, and Reboot. This is an extension of the Turtle Power documentary that came out a few years ago.
2014? Was it 2014?
2014,
I think it came out for the first. It was for the first Bay film, wasn't it?
It was for the 30th. Now we're on the 40th. So the same group that did that is now going to be releasing this. Pixel Dan has a video on it if you guys want like explanations of stuff. And a sneak peek at this cool video of Eastman and Laird at the pitch meeting for the Turtles toy line at Playmates. So there's the kind of stuff you're looking at here. So essentially, it's going to be like a bunch of material that didn't make it into the documentary. and stuff that's approved by Eastman and Laird to be released and stuff. There's all kinds of different tiers for rewards. They have like action figure tiers where you can get Punked Out Commando, a canceled figure, or Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird as action figures, depending on what you want to get.
Isn't the NECA garbage man figure?
Which we will talk about. These are Playmates styled, but they're not made by Playmates, but they're sculpted by the head of Varner Studios, who did a lot of the original
They
toys.
should throw in a free scratch as well. In the highest tier.
I don't think they're allowed to, though. I think it's kind of like, because I think it is Playmates. They have like early access stuff, screening rooms. You can get a digital download edition. There's a 4-disc, 4-hour collector's edition with all of the documentary content. And there's like a digital version as well. So there's a lot of different stuff for this. It's already been funded, and this company's already produced a Turtles documentary before, so it's just more of that. 4 more hours of stuff. They even have a book companion as well. So
maybe they could spill all the stuff that was gonna be planned for Rise before I can.
Maybe they did confirm that they have the footage of a Casey Jones deleted scene we only had stills of before from the first movie.
First movie, okay.
Yeah, and so there's some stuff there. So I'm trying to figure out if I want to back this at what tier and stuff, because that sounds like this is going to be a treasure trove of material.
Maybe they could probably press Nelly asking, whatever happened to Musion Man?
Yeah.
Why'd you drop the plot line?
Yeah, we'll see how in-depth this goes, but it's really, really cool. I just wanted to get everybody on the alert for that as well. Christopher Eubanks mentioned friendship is free in Mortal Kombat 1 Chaos Reigns. Yeah, that's why we're wearing a Mortal Kombat shirt today, because I saw the animalities happen. Peacemaker turned into an eagle, which I thought was weird. Like, characters turning into their pet sidekicks is strange. If you see me turn into a reindeer or a dog with a chainsaw on his head, be concerned. Anyways,
and not the Moopsie.
Not Moopsie. If I turn into Moopsie, just run. So this was an interesting thing that came up over the weekend. An eBay listing included these posters for Power Rangers Origins, and I wanted to explain what this was for those who may not be aware. In 2012-ish, Saban Productions.
This is when Saban first brought back the franchise, right?
Yes, right after they brought back the franchise. A pitch was made to do an animated Power Rangers movie called Power Rangers Origins. If you go on YouTube and search up Power Rangers Origins trailer, you can see the pitch reel for it, which has some animation.
I remember it being much more high quality. It might be one of those
It was, and then the high quality version got axed, and then the low quality versions are all that exists.
Sadly, because I remember this was I don't think it's specifically the same company that they are now, but I think it's like a lot of the same people who went on to make Miraculous Ladybug. I think
so. The animation style in particular reminds me a lot of that.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's the same people or the same studio. One of the two.
So what was interesting is we got this poster. It's not anything like revolutionary. This poster here has the Megazord, which I liked that the Megazord was a completely different design. I was super.
It is kind of funny that we got like a very super robot looking Megazord, but the Rangers still look pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Which I find funny.
Zelchak said it's the same studio as Ladybug.
Okay.
There was this other one. I thought this was. I was trying to figure out the intention behind this poster. Doesn't even say Power Rangers. It's Power Rangers the animated movie, and it's the Black Ranger holding a Pink Ranger helmet, saying "You're kidding me," and I'm like, is he mad that he wasn't pink? So that's the vibe I'm getting off this.
I gotta hope that was the case.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of like how there's at the end of that pitch reel, there's like a shot where the Yellow Ranger takes her helmet off and it's stuck. Like there was going to be kind of it was going to be kind of goofier.
It was cartoony.
More cartoony. It was
going to be very cartoony.
And this I thought was kind of funny, is that, so this one's the Yellow Ranger and she's holding like a, clearly like the toy gun look, and she's like, save the world with a toy. Like they're going to kind of poke fun at the toyetic nature of Power Rangers, I guess. Here's a shot of the Blue Ranger. It looks pretty cool. Kind of neat texture.
It's one of these where I kind of wish this film came out. Because I think there was a timeline was there was gonna come out. Then it got something that's happened between the two Saban and the animation company where it didn't come out. Then we got the Lionsgate film on set. I imagine the timeline. Honestly, I just think of Power Rangers
because this never got greenlit. This never had an animation. This never had a distributor. It never had any date or anything. It was.
I'm not sure how. I think it was just all they had with these posters and the pitch animation. Because I think it was always just a pitch. I don't think it was ever meant to be evolved into a bigger thing. It was just a simple pitch. But like,
I think it was a pitch for a studio to fund and to make happen.
Yeah,
like this just never came to be. Yeah.
So Across the Galaxy again. This was going to be a movie. This was pretty much going to be what was going to be like instead of the Lionsgate movie, we probably would have gotten this.
Yeah.
I think it's the best way to describe it. But I'm one of the camp that thinks animated Power Rangers can work. I don't know why everyone's so against it.
So
when we have
funny story about that.
I'm not even talking about like studios. I talk about like the fandom.
Right. The fandom is one thing because the Power Rangers fandom notoriously cannot handle change.
Yeah.
But this is an interesting tweet. Is that someone tweeted, it's actually insane that there's not a single Power Rangers animated show or movie the franchise is built for this kind of thing. And Jake Wyatt, who works on My Adventure Superman, says, so many of us have tried. And then it goes further to where someone said, a Power Rangers anime series Youth the Helm would single-handedly revitalize the IP. And he says, I swear every other person I know in animation has had a great and distinct Power Rangers pitch, and I would watch any of them. So what this says to me is that the thing that's holding out Power Rangers from not doing animation is not
the parent company.
Is not anything to do with the quality of the pitches or the ideas or anything. Something with the parent company. Now,
wow. Yeah, it's not. And some people could go right away to Hasbro. We don't know when these pitches were made. So these could be made any
like
eras.
2015 or
exactly. They could have been made during the Saban era, like this pitch was.
I'm going to or Hasbro.
I'm going to propose a theory because I know there's some people in the fandom that have inside or have secondhand sources that have said similar things. This is my theory, okay? Because you see how they use the Mighty Morphin suits here?
Yeah.
Yep.
And the Mighty Morphin color lineup?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a Toei problem? Because here's the thing about Toei. Kamen Rider has had anime projects and anime shorts. Can you name me any time you have seen an animated Sentai Ranger in suit?
That's official, not like a parody.
Like an official Sentai Ranger in animation. I looked around and could not find any example. The closest I could get was one scene where Akiba Red was animated with his robo-waifu, and he wasn't wearing his helmet.
And the same goes with that Ninja versus Boys versus Girls special, because that was specifically pretty cure versions of Pink and White.
Right,
not the Ranger.
Yeah. They weren't Momo Ninja and Shiro Ninja. Exactly.
Yeah, they were specifically Pretty Cure of 5. Like they look like magical girls from Pretty Cure because it's
Master Ben 95 said Abba Ranger. That is the only example I think that actually fits. Because but then again, look at the way that Toei treats Abba Ranger in the sense that they got in trouble with
the
parent
goofy
groups.
One. It was the
Abba
goofy
Ranger
one.
got them in trouble with parent groups because of
really?
Because
I thought that was just a gag. I thought that was the gag with. Okay, because I thought it was the weird gag with the movie, but that was actually the case.
Yeah, the thing was, parent groups complained that Abba Killer was a villain that had no redemption arc because he was a ranger. And the reason why Abba Killer has a redemption arc in like the last 3 episodes of the show is because they got so many complaints. And that's also the reason we've never had a long-term evil ranger since.
Oh, I didn't know about that. Wow.
Yeah. I think Hellfire mentioned, am I crazy? Descent, I have a few Crayon Shinchan. I know Kamen Rider Den-O did.
I see people pointing out, but no, we're talking about official. We're not talking about any parodies.
Yeah, none of the parodies. We're talking about Toei signed off official Sentai
no one-up gags, no like Go Go Loser Ranger or Love After World Time, like actual official Sentai animation.
Okay, yeah.
And
here we go. I think this is it. Psychos, thank you for sending this. Here it is. It's this one thing with Abba Ranger and this weird family.
Yeah, I found the clip of it on YouTube. Yeah, this is from I'm not sure. I don't think this was from Abba Ranger. I think it was from because this was a crossover with a kids anime.
Yeah.
Airing at the time.
It wasn't in the Abba Ranger show itself though.
Yeah. So yeah, I think is I
Oh,
think
the
it
fish dude
was
showed up in ABBA, and then ABBA was in the fish dude. Okay, so they were like they did a crossover thing.
a crossover.
They were
Yeah, it's a
niche, yeah.
crossover thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So
I think it is something with Toei with
something with Toei.
Sentai.
They do not. I can say pretty confidently because, and someone pointed this out. They said it's weird that they didn't do animated Power Rangers when Saban was doing live role playing games.
Well, remember because I remember
they were
there
doing
was
live
like
role
pitch
playing
or
games, comic books, board games, tabletop stuff. They were doing they were planning an adult live action spin off Power Rangers show. They were doing
there was
all
a
this
pitch.
stuff, and
There
yet
was.
how was there not animated Power Rangers going
Do
through?
you ever heard the pitch X-Men 92 crossover?
Yes, that was back in the
Yeah.
day. They were going to do. They wanted to do a Power Rangers X-Men 92 crossover, and it never happened.
Yeah, and we don't know that was gonna be live action or animation either.
Right,
That one.
and because that was the thing is, Eric Luald talked about it in both behind the scenes books. He said it was denied, and I don't know why. There was a consistent thread here, is that people have pitched the idea, and it's never come true, right? And there's one. So if people have pitched the idea and it's never come true through original Saban, Disney, who was an animation company, and then Saban Brands, and now Hasbro, what is the consistent through line through all that? Toei. So regardless of insider or secondhand information from sources, Toei is the one consistent thing here, and I think Toei is the reason. Because it's crazy, we got multiple Ultraman animes, we got Futo PI, and Futo PI got a movie, but yet we've never seen a Sentai anime.
And Commodore SD, and don't forget Commodore SD.
Yeah, and Commodore SD, but we've never seen a Sentai anime, even though things like Love After World Domination and Go-Go Loser Ranger are popular and all that, and yet we do not see an official Sentai anime.
You think it's some weird, like, competitor ding scenario?
Maybe.
Like, it has to be a reason why Toei doesn't want to do it. Like, because, I don't know, maybe they have, maybe it's like they don't want to compete. They don't want to have it competing with other brands or such like that. Because there's other, like, not particularly, like, Sentai-like, but more like, just, like, people fight, and people fight on the ground, and there's like a big robot pal and such like that. I'm sure there's something like weird. They won't compete with that, or
they may not.
It's so weird.
It's very strange. But for now, let's go into the rest of the entertainment news because that's pretty much all we got at the moment. Dragon Ball Daima is going to have a panel at New York Comic Con this year, and there's going to be giveaways of special T-shirt and promotional card. Still no confirmation of an English dub. I just want everyone to know there's no official word of an English
dub. The panel does have Monica Rial, the voice of Bulma, on there, so I think there's a good chance that the reveal.
Then again, the Gridman Universe panel that showed the movie also had the dub cast from Dynazen on Gridman.
This is this is Dragon Ball.
Well, the thing is, we don't need to speculate about a dub because we have a theater listing for a dub.
I
was gonna get this is where I was getting to with this. There is a theater listing on Atom Tickets that has now gone on Fandango and even the Regal app for Dragon Ball Daima theatrical experience, November 10th, running time of 1 hour and 23 minutes. With the synopsis, the world English dub premiere of Dragon Ball Daima, the newest series in the Dragon Ball universe, will debut in U.S. theaters.
Oh, super chat from Mateki. What about the Donbers manga art? Well, that's manga art, not animation.
Yeah, it wasn't animated. It was just the artwork. Okay, so the World English dub premiere Dragon Ball Daima featuring the first 3 episodes of the series. Before the film, there will be a special introduction from the Japanese voice of Goku, Masako Nozawa. First of all, I will always take a chance to hear from Masako Nozawa. A little weird, they're like, and here's the dub debut, so let's hear from the Japanese actor. But this is likely what they're doing. This is likely the dub's not gonna air at the same time as the sub, but it will get a theater screening, and then the double air after that, kind of like what they do with Demon Slayer and some other animes.
Don did something similar, where this past week they did the first 3 episodes at the movie event at some theaters, so it's similar thing here.
I also think we're going to have to wait till October 17th at that panel to find out this is happening for real.
Because I'm not sure you heard, but apparently Daima Goku or Goku Mini in Spark Zero is not going to be English. when he first comes out, when the game comes out, he's not gonna have English voice.
Yeah, he's gonna be Japanese audio only
for now.
I think when the DLC for Daima comes out, he'll get updated to English.
Yeah, I think that's why they want to keep it. I think they're doing that because they don't want to have another Xenoverse scenario again.
Yep.
With
or a British Goku Black scenario again.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it does seem like the dub is coming, and they're going to do this screening to show the dub first, which I think I'll go to it because I've never gone to one of these episode screenings because none of the shows that have done this format I've ever cared about. So this is one where I'm like, oh, well, maybe I'll go see this and see how it is.
Mm-hmm.
I heard of the Demon Slayer ones. They played the full intro and ending credits for the episodes. Like you're just sitting there watching the credits go by, going like, okay, so next episode. Like they don't cut them together to make it seamless or anything. They just make you sit through the whole credits. But anyways, we basically, in all but official terms, we have a dub confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of wish they just come out and say it. I don't know why they're.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't get the slow news drop thing. You know, just
the only thing I can think of is the stupid fight they're having right now. But I don't know what.
Yeah, but then again, we got the slow news rollout to Superhero where we didn't even know if that was dubbed.
Yeah,
we were like, it's coming to theaters. What audio options are there?
It could be rights issues, or it could just be Toei being Toei.
And Crunchyroll. Right?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Toei plus Crunchyroll. Not the best combo.
It's a losing combination.
All right, let's talk about something that has nothing to do with
I mean, there's a communication, because that communication, not dub quality.
Yeah, it's, because I think that all the Crunchyroll dubs I've heard are good.
Yeah, because it's just a Funimation. A lot of times it's mostly the Funimation
people, yeah. It's just the business side of it is like, ugh. Mm-hmm. All right, now let's talk about something that has nothing to do with Toei. One Piece live action. We got the official confirmation.
But there's still some adjacent.
I want to tell you about a theory I have in a minute. All right. Follow me through to the end on this one. All right, so the Netflix One Piece series has officially cast its Mr. Zero, also known as Crocodile, and its Miss All Sunday, also known as Nico Robin. Joe Manganiello is going to be playing Crocodile, and Lyra Abova will be playing Nico Robin.
He couldn't get his Deathstroke, so he got his Mr. Crocodile.
He got a better villain, I'm going to be real. Like, Crocodile isn't a pedophile, so that's a plus already.
Yeah, see, he lost so hard from Peter that he became a villain.
Mm-hmm. Also, they cast a large man with a tiny bulldog to play a character who's a large man with a tiny bulldog.
Yes, I love that.
Lyra Abova is cast as Robin. I think she's great from everything I've seen.
She is a Russian actress.
Yes.
Russian actress.
So it fits Oda's old casting chart. His ethnic casting chart is being used as a good guide. And it was interesting. She was born in Russia, has lived in Germany, grew up in Germany, and then she's worked in many different places and has been a model and actress for many years. She's also the oldest member of the Straw Hat Crew cast, which fits the character as well because Robin is the fourth oldest.
Hey, don't forget Brooke.
When Robin joined the crew, she was the oldest. Then Frankie joined, he's a couple years older. Then Brooke joined, and he's a few years older. And then there's Jimbei, who was the old ass man of the group.
Can't wait for the team to find a real skeleton to play Brooke.
I gotta tell you, like, I know because Doug Jones is talking about how he's doing less acting because he is getting older. But get a Doug Jones like person to play Brooke in amazing makeup. That's how you do Brooke.
No, just a real skeleton.
I mean that like then you have to have the legal thing of like is that what? How do we credit the real skeleton? You know, do we?
Wait, look, they found a real reindeer with Chopper. Again, somehow this team
Speaking of Chopper, let's look at Chopper here.
I mean, look, they somehow found Luffy in Mexico. They can do things. They can find people.
They're going to find a cyborg in America. So
it's him.
It's literally him, guys. It's Chopper.
He's right. He's right behind you, also.
Yes, he is right behind me. There's my buddy. I can't reach that far back. There's my buddy back there. This is the greatest casting of all time. But like being legit, we've been talking about like, oh, how are they going to do Chopper in this show? Are they going to do puppet? Are they going to do CG? Is it going to be a mix? I think it's a mix, but this is 100% a puppet. I've watched this footage 1,000 times already.
I mean, look at that lighting. Look at that lighting.
That lighting is either the most impressive, amazing CG model that has ever been made that would make James Cameron cry tears of blood, or it's a puppet. So I think it's a puppet. 94kun said puppet skeleton, and I agree after watching Beetlejuice. That would also be an option. He moves like a puppet, because a CG model, if he was turning his head, would be clean. A puppet has a bit of bob and weave to it. And this had bob and weave, and the way his little ears flickered. It is a puppet. If it's not a puppet, I'd be completely flabbergasted, because this looks like a puppet sitting in a chair.
It's also a very menacing shot here. I feel like he's got like you got the Godfather music playing, and he turns around looking at you.
Yeah, and I think also they haven't shown us his face yet, because I think they want to debut his face with his voice, and I think the face is going to be CG tweaked, the way they do Deadpool's eyes or Man-Thing was done, where it's like, here's your puppet, but we're going to make the face animate with the CG. Now, the question is, who's voicing Chopper? Is it going to be Chopper's English dub voice?
I would like to get Brianna Palencia back. Because, I mean, the voice cares.
Why not pull a Tails, right? We'll have to wait and see. Now, something I did not notice until I was looking at the social media posts about Lyra Bob's casting, and I saw this really cool collage where it was like a picture of Nico Robin, then a picture of Lyra, and a picture of Nico Robin, and a picture of Lyra. And I was like, that's really cool. A fan put that together. And then I realized it was from the official Netflix One Piece Instagram account. And then I realized something, because I went back and watched the set tour video.
Manga?
It's all manga art. All of the art that they use as a reference for the show, when they're talking to the prop guy, he's like, "Oh yeah, we built this prop based on like Oda's art from the manga." What was that?
Love the giant needle Love the giant needle.
Giant needle, perfect. But they show this like concept art of Usopp's sniper goggles, and then it's sitting right next to Oda's manga art. And I've checked this, and I cannot find it. And if someone can prove me wrong, this would be great. I cannot find a single official promotional thing for the show that uses Toei's anime.
Even I think back when Season 1, it was all manga stuff. So
yes, all of it. Weird. Walmart texted me to tell me that my Multiverse Max Mercury shipped and will be arriving in an hour. I don't know what's up with that. Anyways, all the promotional material for the show from Season 1 to now, all has been manga art. And I have not seen any anime stills or clips or anything. I think the license that Netflix and Tomorrow Studios are working under is the manga, not the anime.
Which makes sense. It makes sense. You think about it. Like they're gonna, you're gonna use original source material, and the original source material is the manga.
Yes, and it's nice to see, because I think a lot of times when we see like adaptations, they go back to the anime and not back to the manga. And I also think it's fascinating that while Toei got a deal with Netflix to air One Piece weekly on Netflix now, Toei doesn't get anything from this show. Because
because they don't own it.
They don't own it. It's because I think they subverted Toei and went straight to Shueisha. Whereas everything else licensing wise for One Piece licenses from Toei, this show went around and licensed from Shueisha. I find that fascinating. I thought that was interesting. That like it didn't click for me until I saw so many pictures of Robin. I was like, wait a second, that is all manga art. And yeah, Blade Raider, I haven't checked the credits, but I think Toei's not, because anytime you see the copyright, it's always like Netflix, Tomorrow Studios, Eiichiro Oda.
Would they have to credit Toei for the one bit that we are, or they had to, or would that be more of the original song?
I think that'd go to Hiroshi Hidatani. I think that would be. I don't think that would go to Toei for that, because that song exists on its own. It's on his albums and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, it makes sense because like whenever Jump like YouTube channel does those cool manga music videos, it's always they use the songs from anime, but like they animes, but that's because they're a separate license from the anime and such like that.
I think you'd have to license We Are from the record label in Japan because Japanese record labels are even crazier. Japanese record labels are even crazier than agencies and publishing companies.
Yep. Yeah, so. But because the Naruto, like the Naruto like manga music videos, you use like Go and stuff like that. But like I don't see praise for like Parrot, for example, for that one.
Yeah. Miteki interestingly brought up, does this mean Toei wasn't responsible for Evolution? I mean, they weren't because that was a 20th Century Fox movie. I'm just curious, though, if maybe that was under the same deal. Did they license from Toei or did they license from Shueisha on that?
I don't remember they use any manga or anime panels for the behind the scenes for that film, thinking that's Evolution.
Yeah. Interestingly enough as well, we get One Piece news and Weekly Shonen Jump from Japan. So for the live action show, so Shueisha is probably the only ones that they have to talk to on anything. They talk to Oda and they talk to Shueisha. That's it. I don't think Toei's involved. I don't know if Kaus is back yet. I said BRB, and I know you watched this trailer. Let's talk about Thunderbolts briefly. I saw this trailer over a month ago on somebody's cell phone footage, so it was nice to see it in HD now.
Is it the same trailer? Is it the same trailer?
Same exact trailer. I have not done a side by side, but like. It seems to be the same trailer. Bucky's hair is still a nightmare disaster to this planet. I like this poster. I think I like more than the trailer.
I mean, the poster is fine, but it gives me Borderland vibes, and the Borderland movie vibes, that's not a good thing.
Andrea said MCU Suicide Squad. Yeah, the problem we have is that Thunderbolts is supposed to be a team of villains, and the MCU kills off all its villains.
So what do you think of this trailer? Because I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
Is it weird to say I have more confidence in this being a good movie than I do Captain America? Even though I think this trailer's not as good. The only reason why is because this movie was heavily delayed, but it's only been filmed once versus Cap's 4 sessions of reshoots.
I mean, Cap, I have no feelings for yet. Like, I just go oh, it's a Cap, same Cap movie. Go see if it turns out good. But I guess this one, I was a big fan of the Thunderbolts comic, and so seeing this, and I think my biggest problem with this movie is the roster is so boring.
That's the MCU problem, right? Because
it's just super soldiers with guns. The only one with something unique. Is Ghost. I'm not even a big fan of MCU. I mean, MCU Ghost is fine, but the original Ghost is so cool, man.
I'm mostly in this for Yelena and Bucky, but they both have disaster haircuts that make me question everything.
I know, right? Also, they have the Taskmaster back, and I despise MCU Taskmaster.
Yeah, I can't believe the Taskmaster mask got worse too.
Worse, I know. I hated the first one already.
Let's see. Ace said, I'm excited for Red Guardian U.S. Agent. Falcons Tech said, making Yelena seemingly the main character is very smart. I think, because Florence Pugh's amazing. You should always be using her.
I mean, I am curious where John Walker... I'm curious where John Walker's story goes, because I think my only big problem with Falcon Winter Soldier is it kind of left John Walker's story just undone, or just
well, because it was set up for this movie.
Yeah, I know that. But, yeah. So that's what I want to see the most, because I thought John Walker's character was interesting, and a classic case of a guy who wanted to do something good but tragically fallen. So I want to see where his story goes from here. Scenario. So that's the thing I'm looking for the most. But everything else, I can take or leave.
I think the thing I like the most about this trailer, because even when I was watching the crappy cell phone video of it, I thought was really cool was there's this one action scene where somebody throws a knife and Ghost phases through it, and so the knife can go through and hit somebody as a surprise attack. And some of those there's these little action scenes we kind of see glimpses of in this, and I'm maybe this movie's got really good action. There's potential there.
So it's the Bob is Sentry, right? Because when I first saw him, I thought
that. And, okay, and Spin Dash said, do we know the threat is? It's Sentry. Because that's who Bob is.
Because I saw Bob, Hydra Bob? And I'm oh no, it's probably not Hydra Bob.
I also wouldn't use Sentry if I was making this movie, because I think Sentry is an element you should not introduce into the MCU.
Yeah, because Sentry is a character. Yeah, yeah, that's my problem with them using Sentry this movie, because I like Sentry. The stories I read of him, he's a very interesting character. I think this is the wrong movie for him. I think either don't touch him or have a focus movie. Movie focusing him, but like a character that makes sense to focus to go alongside him. And the Thunderbolts, basically this roster, I don't think fits. I think if it was a different Thunderbolts roster, it would be better.
I don't know why Zemo's not in this movie. I think that's the part
right?
That's weird. The weirdest part to me is because Zemo's like a not dead villain who's actually part of the Thunderbolts.
Yes. Yeah.
And I don't know if they're just saving him for later. Like in the second trailer, they're going to be like, "We need help," and then Zemo walks out.
Probably. I'm just right.
That'd be cool. I would like that.
Yeah, but as a big fan of the Thunderbolts, like the very original Thunderbolts comic, it kind of this film does kind of not annoy me, but it's more like, like I'm just like, That's my big my response to this movie is because Thunderbolts, the original Thunderbolts comic had like some of my favorite character interactions, especially Songbird. Songbird is one of my favorite Marvel characters because of her arc from Screaming Mimi to Songbird, and like her from redemption to villain to hero. And I really love that about the character, and she's like one of my favorite Marvel characters for that reason.
Yeah.
So seeing like nothing I like in the Thunderbolts in this trailer, I'm like,
you know what's interesting? You mentioned Songbird, and I'm looking at this. I realize there's not a single new character except for Sentry.
Yeah.
And that's not a bad thing because the MCU has had this problem lately of just giving us new characters constantly on like a t-shirt cannon loading, and it's like new character, and we never follow up on any of them. Like it's been 3 years since Falcon and Winter Soldier.
All I think is what's the Suicide Squad? This is Katana.
Exactly. I think not introducing new characters is smart. Now the question is, because this is my thought, this right side of the poster with Ghost, Red Guardian, and Taskmaster, that looks to me like a giant blood splatter. I have a feeling that like that's the half of the team that's dead.
Yeah.
I feel like they're going to kill half the team, and I think it's going to be that half because you can't get rid of Florence Pugh, you can't get rid of Bucky, and John Walker's too much of a good foil to get rid of. You know.
Yeah. I think also I think it's I think also the problem I have with Thunderbolts is like the trailer. I think it was pretty poor telling you what the story is.
Oh, yeah. The problem is it's a trailer for a movie that's not coming out for December 8 months. This is my same problem with D23. They're like, look at all these trailers. And I'm like, some of this stuff doesn't come out for more than a year. What are you showing us trailers for now?
Yeah, that's because with Captain America, I'm interested in that film.
Yeah.
I think it's more the thing. Even if the film is going to be a mess. Even if Captain America is going to be a mess because of all the reshoots, I'm interested in seeing how it'll go. I want to see where Sam goes, how they're going to do Red Hulk and all that stuff. I want to see where that goes. Even if it's not going to be a good movie, I just want to see. See. This is like, I might see it.
I know at one point Captain America leads into this movie. Like they're kind of like paired movies. That's why Cap's in February, Thunderbolts is in May. Like they're back to back for a reason, and that'd be nice because it's been a while since a Marvel movie led into another one, like directly like that.
I think that's why like the MCU isn't getting as much. Like I hate saying falling off, but I think that's why the MCU
consistently
hasn't been
great since Endgame.
Yeah,
no,
it's because. Yeah, there was a whole thing of and he's in the next week because of the cliffhanger and all that. The post-credit scene stuff. They haven't done that in years.
I mean, how many post-credit scenes from Phase 4 have actually been followed up on?
No, because I think the problem with Phase 4 and 5 is they've been too busy trying to establish. We could possibly do this for the next week. Like Doctor Strange is the biggest one, or Eternals, or
they don't have any solid plan as to where those things are going, and yet
we're gonna have Star Fox. We're gonna have Clea. We're gonna have.
Here's Hercules. Like
what? Hercules, yeah.
To the point where you just start forgetting, like Blade.
Yeah, the Blade for Eternals. Yep.
Yeah. Mutegi says Spider-Man No Way Home count with Venom. Yeah.
What are you talking about? Those two we know what they're gonna do. They're gonna have a great Valentine's Day.
Well, no, he was talking about the piece of symbiote that was left in the MCU.
I know. But we're not watching we don't watch those for the Venom movies for the continuity. We watch them for the two lovebirds.
Exactly. Spin Dash says so. They're mod Flandersing us with these t-shirt cannons. That's what it feels like. Like, I was so happy when Kate Bishop showed up in the Marvels because I was like, oh my god, a second appearance. Like, we're kind of in that point where it's like they added so much variety to the MCU, but it like completely lost its like singular focus it used to have.
I see people talk about the Suicide Squad comparison in the chat. I think the reason why I feel like is that comparison is the trailer really make it like too odd. Well, the humor very James Gunn-y, and two, they're really making emphasis on the bad guys. We're the bad guys, and they're the bigger bad guy.
It's so funny because like none of these guys are bad guys.
Yeah,
they all had redemption arcs. Yeah, they've killed people, but they all got redemption arcs already.
Yeah, this roster, like, there's no real bad guy here.
But here's the problem too, right? Because of the way the MCU is structured, how do we? And this is gonna be our last. Like, I gotta do two things: this, and then we're gonna look at these post-credit scenes for a moment, just because I think it's funny. Who could be on the roster besides these? Right? Aside from Zemo. I can't think of anybody else that's still kicking around. Echo? But
Echo? I mean, Echo has her own show, so I don't think so. Kingpin? No, Kingpin never part of the
Kingpin would not be on a team. Scorpion was teased in Spider-Man, I guess.
Yeah.
Falcon Sec is like, at worst, they're anti-heroes? Yeah, it's kind of the same problem I have with the Suicide Squad movies, too, where they were like, and here's our Suicide Squad. Aren't they awful? And I'm like, yeah, they're mildly unpleasant.
Well, look at this. Yelena was never actually a villain.
No.
Like, so no. Ghost, she just stole stuff. I don't think she really did any bad
She was stealing stuff for her own self-preservation.
So, yeah, so that. Bucky was mind-controlled, so nope. Red Guardian's not a bad guy. Like, maybe he did some government stuff, but that's not that's the job.
He did stuff for the Russian government, but his biggest crime was abandoning Yelena and Natasha, but he made up for that.
But yeah, that's more bad fodder than bad villain.
And then Taskmaster was mind controlled.
Yeah, same. Even like yeah.
So, I think the problem is that they're trying to frame it as like, oh, they're like the team of the bad guys, and I'm like, I don't know. It just kind of feels like the team of people who were controlled by other people.
And John Walker was just due to pressure and his own like anger issues and all that stuff.
I think it's like it should have been people who need a redemption arc, not they're the bad guys, because they're not.
Which makes this was gonna be more of a Bucky babysitting these five idiots.
And it's more like Yelena babysitting the rest of them, because let's be real.
Yeah. Father Bucky, mom, mother Yelena, daddy Bucky. Taking care of their children.
All right. Well, we'll follow up on this when we get into the trailer. I mean, we're still 8 months out.
Yeah.
I know myself well enough at this point to not say I'm not going to watch it.
Look, I think we've all seen. We're both Marvel fans and MCU fans. We'll end up seeing it no matter what.
I'll watch it at least once.
Yeah.
All right. I wanted to go over this real quick. This is going to be short. Let me just cook and we'll be done. So, all right. Here's the Phase 4 post-credit scenes and what they led to. Okay. Black Widow's post-credit scene was with Yelena and Valentina. That actually followed up on Hawkeye. Shang-Chi's mid-credit scene had Bruce Banner and Carol Danvers, and we've never seen Shang-Chi again. And then the post-credits was Xia Ling, who we've never seen again. Eternals had Star Fox showing up, who we've never seen again. Then Blade showing up to Black Knight, which we've never seen again.
There's only been one Blade. There's only been one Blade.
There'll only ever be one Blade. Let's see. No Way Home had Eddie Brock going home, and then part of the symbiote was left behind. And then Betty Brant's high school photos. Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Clea shows up. Nope, haven't seen them again. Pizza Papa. Oh, look, anytime you can get more Bruce Campbell, you should.
Man, that's why I don't mind the joke. I much prefer the jokey post-credit scenes more nowadays, because they don't lead to anything. They're just fun extras.
By the way, guys, full spoilers for these post-credit scenes, but I don't care at this point. It's been long enough. You've had time. All right. Hercules is like, I'm going to go fight Thor because he disgraced my dad. And I'm like, man, I have read like every Hercules solo book, and I've never read a single one where he actually likes his dad.
Yep.
And then Jane entering Valhalla, that's kind of more just like a nice little epilogue piece. I don't think it's necessarily a Valkyrie setup for her, but I think it was nice that they did that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the T'Challa thing at the end of Wakanda Forever.
Well, that's also
an epilogue.
That's epilogue. That could lead to stuff, but that's mostly an epilogue for sure in that film.
Yep. I like epilogue scenes like that. Those are nice because that was less post credits because the credits played over the last scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that scene a lot. Anyways, Ant-Man Lost Quantumania. The Council of Kangs we're never seeing that again.
What do you mean? They're stuck in that one meme gif. They're trapped forever in that gif.
Yes, and then they had a section of a Loki scene. That's fine. Guardians was 2 epilogues. It was the one with Rocket's new Guardians team, and then Peter Quill going home.
Every time I see someone post that scene, I always watch it and I'm crying as I watch.
I was randomly in a Guardians mood the other day, and I just watched like the last 45 minutes of this movie again.
I know, right?
When they break in to get Rocket and stuff, and they let's go mess up the High Evolutionary. Let's see. The Marvels had Monica Rambeau waking up in the X Mansion in a different universe, and I this is the one I want followed up on the most because it's amazing. She wakes up in comics accurate X Mansion with comics accurate Beast, and in that universe her mother's binary, and I'm just like, give me that in Secret Wars. I don't give a shit if you have Tobey Maguire or whatever people are talking about. I want this in Secret Wars.
And the Deadpool Wolverine. That's right, Wayne.
Yeah, Deadpool Wolverine was Vindication. Now for the TV shows,
and don't forget Gambit. Also, he survived.
He did. TV shows. The WandaVision post credit scenes were great. It set up Monica Rambeau being in the Marvels. It set up Wanda with the Darkhold. Set up. Let's see. Sharon Carter got set up. Where's she in Thunderbolts? She was like, I'm an evil bitch now. Why is she not in Thunderbolts?
She better be the main villain. She better be the secret main villain.
I would like her to be the secret main villain. The Loki show, that followed up later. They followed up that with What If. That was a clip. Hawkeye ended with the cast of the Rogers the Musical. There's the Moon Knight setup for season 2, because we haven't gotten that. There was the scene from the Marvels in Miss Marvel. I think the TV shows have done a good job. I think I'm going to stop there. All the
because I think most
beautiful.
I think the only because I think at least with the TV show ones, they're a bit better because
they know where they're going with the TV shows.
Even then, like you said, like the Moon Knight one, that's more less of that stuff. Oh, can't wait to see that with scene 2, but more just like a big twist. Like I feel like you could still have if Moon Knight doesn't get another season. I feel like that's a fine twist ending.
Yeah.
There's been secret. There's been a secret third personality, but you don't need to. I would like to see a follow up on that, but you don't need it. It's just
it's not as leading as here. Let's introduce a whole new character.
Yeah, that's just a nice twist.
Yeah, and then they also let's see. Yeah, and then Echo's post credit scene directly sets up Daredevil. So I think they're doing better in the TV department with the post.
I think it helps that it just helps that their TV TV productions have a lot more. Even though they're probably movies, whatever. With TV, you kind of know your schedule better than a movie.
Yep. Especially when your movies get shifted around because your main villain for the movies gets in trouble and you can't use them anymore.
Yeah.
All right, let's do some quick Blu-ray news. It's going to be fast. I want to get this done now. We spent too long on Thunderbolts. It's not anybody's fault. I just I like talking about Marvel, guys. Media Blasters is just waiting for final approval on Toei before shipping out their Kamen Rider Trilogy Elite Collection with a K because these were made in the 90s.
I mean, Shin's a Mortal Kombat character, right?
Mm-hmm. So, Falcon's Tech, that's a good way to close up on the previous conversation. There's so many MCU projects now, the opportunities to follow up in post-credits is much further apart. Yeah, because Falcon and Winter Soldier is finally getting followed up on 4 years after it ended.
For both movies.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, this look at our menu. There's going to be commentary tracks for each movie, plus subtitles, of course, and then there'll be scene selection for all of it. And this menu already is better than anything Cleopatra Entertainment's ever done.
Those red eyes are I'm not sure what they did to the photo, but man, they're glowing.
I know, right?
The screen. It might be just because of the black background, but man, they stick out, which I love. I feel like that should be a thing with Kamen Rider.
Mm-hmm.
Any artwork or menu, make the eyes prominent because that's the big iconic thing about the series.
I would love if one company was just I'm going to be fancy with it and just have the eyes pulsate glow on the menu.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool. But this is great. So that's coming soon. Deadpool and Wolverine's Blu-ray went up for pre-order and then was taken down because it went up too early on Amazon. But we got to look at not only the front cover of the 4K, which is
cool. I like that cover.
Nice. The back cover tells us the bonus features. So we got.
Do you notice the oopsies on Logan on the back cover?
On the back cover.
You look his eyes. They forgot to give the CG whites.
Oh.
They're hollow.
Oh no.
Oh, Kaus is back.
Kaus.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
But yeah, you look at Logan. His eye. Yeah, his eyes are hollow when you look at Logan's cowl.
The bonus features do include a gag reel, deleted scenes, Wolverine finding Madonna, making the oneer. I can't wait to watch that one. Then we have Practical Approach, celebrating the art of Ray Chan. That was the production designer that died. So that's a nice celebration of that guy. He did a ton of work on Marvel. Loose Ends, the Legacy Heroes. Imagine that's all about how there is one blade and only be one blade. Deadpool's Fun Sack 3. They did that for the first two movies. Deadpool's Fun Sack is just like a bunch of like Easter eggs and reference call-outs and stuff. And then an audio commentary by director Sean Levy and star Ryan Reynolds. So cool. I'm excited for that. The Zavi Steelbooks got revealed. These may be the same ones we get in the US, but these may just be the UK ones. There's one for Deadpool and one for Wolverine, and they like mirror each other.
This is my favorite Pokemon game.
Yes. They did this with Wakanda Forever. There was a Wakanda Steelbook and a Talokan Steelbook.
So are you Pokemon Deadpool version or Pokemon Wolverine version?
Do you even have to ask? We know I'm Pokemon Wolverine version. I did not shut up about the brown suit for 45 minutes the other week. Just to not be Pokemon Wolverine version. The thing with the Blu-ray though is I'll probably get the Wolverine Steelbook. I may not buy both because I didn't do that with Wakanda Forever. I just bought the Talokan one because I like the art on the Talokan one more than the.
Andrews, I miss Giada works with special features. I do too.
Yeah, that's a video for another day. Marvel announced like 20 comics today too, or like not today, in the last week. So we're just gonna blow. All right,
speed run.
And I'll lead with the non-Marvel news, and then we'll do the Marvel and the DC, and then we'll just get on with our day. Sorry, I'm still pulling up links. They announced a lot of comics for January. I'm just like,
I miss a lot of those.
The thing that's crazy to me is like how Marvel like just they can just pump books out like crazy, guys. I don't get it. All right, comic book news. Futo Tante, the manga that was adapted into the Futo PI anime, is entering its final arc soon.
I keep forgetting the different name. The manga has a different name.
Yeah, well, Tante means detective or private eye, so.
Okay.
Yeah. This
ended already.
What was that?
I thought the manga ended already.
Yeah, no, it's been still going. In the description of the 17th volume, it says the series is about to enter its final arc, so it's probably going to end with volume 18. Can someone please pick this up for licensing?
I did 7C. Please, 7. I feel like this is 7C's alley. I mean, they did other writer and Sentai mangas, but I feel like this is essentially some of the content in it. I feel like this very 7C's feel. Is
also this should help the anime map out how to adapt the rest of it.
Yeah. Is Fubia in a magazine, or is it in a magazine, or is it in like
a magazine? I think it's in Shokukan magazine. Sorry, Anime News Network, I'm blocking your ads because it's in Weekly Big Comic Spirits.
Okay.
Yeah. I had to block ads so my bandwidth doesn't die. All right, next up. Shout out. Oh, God, I forgot who shared this in the Discord. Someone shared this in the Discord. There was a previews listing for the next Power Rangers Deluxe Edition hardcover. It is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the Pink Ranger Deluxe Edition. I don't know why I said pink, but the Pink Ranger Deluxe Edition. Pink. No contents list, no details. Just comes out in July next year.
You think it's going to be the Pink miniseries, or you think they're going to throw in some like extra stuff in there?
Most Deluxe Editions have been between 12 and 16 issues. We were talking in the Discord about it. Mighty Morphin Pink, that was a 6-issue miniseries. The Return, which focuses on Kimberly, is a 4-issue miniseries, and Draken New Dawn, which focuses on Ranger Slayer. It's funny, Draken's not actually in Draken New Dawn. Ranger Slayer is the main character of that. Also a Pink Ranger. Boom, that's 13 issues right there.
Mm.
So that would fill out a deluxe edition nicely. So Pink, Return, and Draken New Dawn. I think that would make for a good way to do it. Because, I think we talked about it before and stuff. It's like, somehow Draken New Dawn didn't make it over, even though the Ranger Slayer one-shot did. I would also just throw in the Ranger Slayer one-shot again for those that don't own the Necessary Evil hardcovers. Because the Ranger Slayer one-shot leads right into Draken New Dawn. So, yeah, we'll see what it is, but at least we're getting that. All right, next up. The X-Men books. X-Men and Uncanny X-Men are doing a crossover. It's a 2-month crossover across 4 issues, because for some reason these books are twice a month. So X-Men 8, Uncanny 7, X-Men 9, Uncanny 8. Welcome back, 1992. This is going to be called Raid on Grey Malkin. Grey Malkin is a prison that has been set up in the building of the old Xavier School. And this is going to be a storyline where the 2 teams are debating on how the situation should handle, because Xavier is trapped in the basement. So we're going to see how that goes. My favorite part about this is this David Marquez cover that is based on, as you can see, Marvel vs. Capcom art.
Yeah, I love that.
It's my favorite part of this crossover. I love it.
Speaking, have you seen Psylocke in Marvel Rivals yet?
I have, and she looks great, and I can't wait to play
Oh,
Marvel Rivals.
yeah. I saw that yesterday.
Yeah. Kals, what do you think of this cover, by the way?
I love it. I love the literal, straight up the MVC2.
Yeah.
Is that MVC2 or 1? Where they're looking at each other like that?
Yeah.
That's 1, yeah.
I love the face-off between the teams that way. All right.
Rogue is basically in Ryu's place, I see.
Yep. All right, new champions. Change the world. This is going to be a new series. This is... Marvel has tried to make a whole team of brand new young heroes all at once. Mm-hmm. The only time it's worked is Young Avengers. But let's see if this works.
Champions worked.
But Champions did have pre-established characters.
I guess that's the thing. Yeah.
The only pre-established character in this, there's 2 pre-established characters: Spider-Boy and Kid Juggernaut. I don't know if Hatsune Miku Ghost Rider is showing up in Spirits of Vengeance, or no, Hatsune Miku Ghost Rider is going to show up in the Robbie Reyes special. That comes out before this. So there's 3 pre-established characters. All of them are based on variant covers of what if these characters had sidekicks.
It's very much like May Storm in Ultimate X-Men, where she's a cover. Was a Peach Momoko variant cover for X-Men? Was it?
Right. Yeah. It was a Peach Momoko variant cover, and then she became a character. Some of these things are the same way, like this Kid Marvel. Kid Juggernaut has, for those wondering, he hasn't been in any print comics yet. They gave him a full origin in full origin in Marvel Unlimited, in the Infinity comic, and now he's a main character of Avengers Academy, which is like my favorite Infinity comic. That book is adorable and horny all at the same time. I love it. But Kid Juggernaut is not related to what's his name? Marco, yeah. Kane Marco. He's not related to Kane Marco. Kane Marco stole the gem of Cyttorak. Kid Juggernaut is a Canadian kid who is the rightful heir to the gem of Cyttorak.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, and so he has the powers, and he's learning how to navigate and use them and stuff. And I love the character. He is like he's like the giant himbo Juggernaut.
I don't know, Juggernaut. When I read of Jay McKinney X-Men, Juggernaut's like that. Also,
yeah,
so.
It's just like he's a different vibe. He's cheerier than regular Juggernaut is. But it's really cool. So that and the way that worked out is because the reason why Juggernaut's got like the black armor now and the X on his helmet is because he's using a different power source than the Gem of Cyttorak, which went to Justin Lin as Kid Juggernaut. So. Anyways, I hope this team is successful, and I hope this book is good, because Marvel hasn't been able to pull this off.
Really, as someone who I love the original Champions books. I hope it's as good as that. I hope it's at least as good as Champions. It may not capture the same spirit Young Avengers did. Young Avengers and Champions. I love those 2 books. They're some of my favorite books of all time. There.
I love Avengers Academy, and it has a similar kind of premise.
Master Ben, don't we have Kid Venom? It's complicated right now with the Venom stuff right now.
I'm just gonna say I don't read Venom. The thing I find interesting is that this team is kind of like off on their own, whereas Avengers Academy in the Infinity comic are kind of like they're at an academy being mentored by the Avengers. Whereas all these characters are kind of off doing their own thing, which I think is neat. But all right, next up, I want to talk about not just Daredevil Unleash Hell, the next Daredevil miniseries by Erica Schultz with art by Valentina Pinti. This is going to be a red band explicit content book. So they've been doing a couple of these lately. With Blood Hunt, they had 2 versions of the main miniseries where you could get the regular version or the more violent red band edition, which was like polybagged in plastic.
Yeah, same with the werewolf. Same with Wolverine Revenge and Werewolf by Night.
Yes, well, Wolverine Revenge, there's also a regular and a red band. But with Werewolf by Night, the new Blade miniseries, and this Daredevil miniseries, they are only red band polybagged editions.
How do you feel about the new Werewolf by Night? I read the first. I read the first issue and like I liked it, but not enough to keep going with that book.
I liked it, but it doesn't have boobs and stuff. It's not anywhere. It's not even near DC Black Label. It's just a little bloodier.
Art. I was looking at the art and I'm like, wow, this art looks very 2000s on that book. Also, I did not know there was 2 Werewolf by Nights.
Yes,
because I read the Blood Hunt. And I was really confused. Like, wait, I don't remember Werewolf by Night being Hispanic.
The Blood Hunt one is Jake Gomez, who is a Native American werewolf, and then the main werewolf that we've had for years is Jack Russell.
Jack Russell, yeah.
The blonde white guy.
When did the other one debut? Because I never heard of
Jake Gomez was in a 2020 miniseries.
Oh, okay, so he's new. Oh,
Very
he's new, then.
I think the Blood Hunt one shot was the first time we've seen him since that miniseries.
Honestly, I think I like him more than Jack personally because I feel like his story is a little more interesting.
Jack Russell's been mixed up with this whole "I'm the King of Wolves" thing that I've not been a fan of.
Well, and also like I like the Blood Hunt tie-in issue more than I like the first issue of Werewolf by Night series.
I need to see where this Werewolf by Night series is going. It's an ongoing, luckily. The Daredevil and the Blade are a miniseries. I like having a Werewolf by Night comic that's an ongoing again. I just want to see where it's going because it's reminding me too much of Werewolf by Night Marvel Max. But it's still more tasteful than Werewolf by Night Marvel Max, which was out of continuity.
Definitely, because the I think what's in that issue is good, but like not enough for me to keep reading it.
Now, here's the thing about these books. The Blood Hunt trade paperbacks don't have a regular and red band edition. Wolverine's Revenge doesn't have a regular and red band edition for its trade. They're only doing the regulars for those. The other thing is the red band editions are not available on digital platforms and not available on Marvel Unlimited. That's fine when there's another edition. But now we're our 3rd polybagged exclusive series, and I'm asking the question, wait, so how's the trades going to work? How's Marvel Unlimited going to work?
Well, I think I'm at because does Marvel Unlimited have any other 18 plus only?
No Marvel Max, none of the 18 plus stuff.
So it's either they're gonna do DigiPlus and add an 18 plus thing eventually, or something like that. Because I feel like a trade of these these red band stuff is eventually gonna come, but not soon.
The weird part is because usually by the time we get solicitations, there's already a trade paperback in the catalog, and there's no trade paperback for Werewolf by Night yet. So it's.
I feel like they're probably gonna need to open a new 18 plus Marvel thing. Because DC DC has Vertigo such
and Black Label.
All
that's on DC Universe. The thing with Marvel is I think it's a Disney thing, but also
the red band because the red band is new.
Someone said it's an App Store thing because the DC Universe app was always an 18 plus app from the jump because it had shows like Titans on it, but Marvel Unlimited's still a teen rated app. But maybe there's a second app would work. And then you just put all the Max and Red Band stuff on it. I also will say that I hope we do get trades, even if they have to polybag the trades or whatever.
That'd be funny, a giant polybag for her trade.
This is also why I'm not buying any of Blood Hunt and Trade yet, because I have a feeling, this is just a guess, I don't know for sure, I'm 100% confident they're going to make a Blood Hunt omnibus because they do omnibuses at every event now.
Because plus there's a lot of tie-ins for Blood Hunt.
There's enough to fill an omnibus. I think what they're going to do though is that the omnibus will only be red band, and
because if you're buying that for that much, you're an adult.
Yeah. Plus, all omnibuses are shipped shrink wrapped, like by default. It's just the question of, and maybe these will just get nice hardcovers instead or something. Like they have to be in a premium format. It's just interesting for now.
It's DC,
for now, I'm
DC
buying
Black
all
Label.
the Werewolf by Night, Daredevil, and Blade issues regardless because I don't know how they're being collected yet.
Because Black Label, DC Black Label, they're all hardcover.
They start hardcover and then they get paperbacks later.
Okay.
That being said,
But
DC's not picky about it. Their compact edition Watchmen isn't shrink wrapped, and that has a penis in it.
Great for the kid. Great for the kids to bring to school.
Yeah. Actually, Far Sector also has a naughty language. So.
But also, by the way, you want to hear good news? My partner went to their comic store, and they only have one copy of Far Sector because they've been selling great at their comic store.
Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad too. DC was so smart. They're like, "Here's Far Sector for $10. You love it? Here's the $50 deluxe edition hardcover." And I'm like, "Take it. I'll take it."
It's not even just Far Sector. Just the fact that the DC comics are selling that well. I'm happy to hear.
I was just worried Far Sector wouldn't sell as well as some of the other comics.
It was the only copy left at that comic store.
No, I'm glad compacts are selling. Master Ben says, "Did you read Blood Hunt?" I am 3 months behind on Blood Hunt because I've been reading it through Marvel Unlimited because I figure if I'm going to buy it, I'm going to buy that omnibus.
I read the Avengers tie-in issues before I had to drop the book because of money.
Yeah,
love that. I just love seeing Cap and his team fighting.
I love the Avengers tie-in. I love Blood Hunters. The Werewolf by Night one shot was great. I didn't like the Spider-Man tie-in.
I did the Miles stuff was. I did not like that.
Yeah, the Miles stuff was rough too.
It was not even like it was badly written, but it was just convoluted.
Let's make Miles a vampire.
Why? Oh no.
I don't know. But anyways, I want to get the Blood Hunt omnibus. But moving on. All right, they're doing another weekly book. What if Galactus transformed? Insert hero name here, and it's going to be weekly in January. So. Matt Groom and Lan Medina are doing What If Galactus Transformed Hulk. Josh Trujillo and Manuel Garcia. Josh Trujillo wrote the recent Blue Beetle series, by the way.
Oh, nice.
He's doing What If Galactus Transformed Gambit. Alex Segura, Scott Eaton, and Cam Smith are doing What If Galactus Transformed Moon Knight. And Ann Nocenti. I love Ann Nocenti. And Stephen Byrne are doing What If Galactus Transformed Rogue. And then finally... Kalinda Vasquez and Daniel Piccuto are doing What If Galactus Transforms Spider-Gwen. So.
All the heroes Unicron. I mean.
I imagine these 5 issues are also going to be in one trade together because that's what they tend to do with these things. All right, next up. I couldn't find the Marvel article for this. I guess I took it down or something. There's a new Cable miniseries, Cable Love and Chrome. This is going to be a 5-issue limited series by David Pepose and Mike Henderson. So... Cable heads rise up. Get a Cable.
All right. An all-new action team against Cable. Remember that first comic I read from Marvel UK?
Every time I think of Cable, all I can think flashback is the Deadpool game, where when Cable first appeared, you can have the little pop-up thing. I can't sing the song because it's language, but it's one of my favorite things of that game.
That's pretty good. Now, on the good side of MCU synergy, Sam Wilson Captain America is getting a new miniseries. Which is, it's not listed as like 1 of 5, but it does say brand new limited series in the article.
It's great to see Sam get his own, it's great to see Sam back again, get his own solo book.
I like getting his own solo book. I like that Storm and War Machine are on the cover. Like,
is that Patriot?
That's Patriot.
That Patriot there?
Great
to see.
Yep.
Great to see him again. It's so wild to see Patriot.
And of course, he's going up against Red Hulk. But Greg Pak, Evan Narcisse, and Eder Messias on art.
Quite great picks, right? Because Greg Pak became one of my recent favorite writers.
Greg Pak also did all the Red Hulk stuff.
Oh wow, that's even great.
So that's why this is like perfect. I'm excited for this because go Sam, get that miniseries, get that solo book, use that movie clout, right? Love this. All right, next up, DC announced Challengers of the Unknown. This is going to be I think it's a miniseries. Let's find out. Yeah, new limited series, Challengers of the Unknown by Christopher Cantwell and Sean Ikosuke. I'm just going to guess on that. This is the Challenges of the Unknown team, which was a comic that was done by Jack Kirby back in the day. One of Jack Kirby's classic ones. He made this and then went to Marvel. I think he left Marvel. Then he went and made Challenges of the Unknown. It's basically just, I want to still keep doing the Fantastic Four. Challenges of the Unknown is fun.
Oh no! Every time I think of Challenges of the Unknown, all I can think
Teen
is
Titans Go, the movies.
Go movies. Yeah.
We'll just take the Challenges of the Unknown seats. Nobody cares about them.
It's my favorite gag movie.
Yep. Now that being said, my problem. This is my only problem, but I understand it. Is Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman being here?
Yeah.
Personally, I'd rather them not be here. But as Ace said, very smart to include the Trinity so people will buy it. You are 100% correct. Oh, that's right, Master Ben. That's right. This was before Fantastic Four. I forget. Jack Kirby bounced back and forth between both companies. I get my timeline mixed up as to which was first. Was it the New Gods or was it the Eternals? I didn't need Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman in this book, but if this book sells and we get more Challenges of the Unknown, then I'll take it. Also, they look sick in these cool costumes because I like that it's not just Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman in the normal costumes. Like they got Challengers specific looks. So
is that Dan Mora?
It is, of course. It is Dan Mora design. And
I recognize that buck.
Yeah, and then here's the Dan Mora. Is that the Dan Mora? That's not the Dan Mora cover. Where's the Dan Mora cover? There's the Dan Mora cover. I'm in for it. I'm in for more Challengers. Let's go. All right. And then lastly, Metamorpho, because he's appearing in a movie, is getting a DC Finest and a new ongoing.
Good old synergy. I'm glad. I love Metamorpho.
New ongoing by Al Ewing and Steve Lieber.
Al Ewing? Now I have to read this.
Yep. I don't even think do I need to say any more? Al Ewing is one of the best writers of this generation, and Steve Lieber's art's great, and this is going to have like it already has a fun vibe to it. And they got Element Woman in it. Like, I'm already like, let's go. Give it to me now. Al Ewing said, there's 100% fun comics delivered with total confidence, visceral joy, and absolutely no winking at the camera. It's a love letter to Bob Haney, Ramona Frandon, and the spirit of superheroes at their wildest and weirdest. We're aiming to catch the essential fab freakiness of Metamorpho like a lightning in a bubble and get groovy with it in our own special way.
That phrasing.
He says, this is our classic take on DC Comics, done in ones that'll satisfy discerning metamaniacs month by month as they build up something so far out that we might just be one-way ticket to Nowheresville for a certain freak of 1,000 changes. I love how he speaks the way he writes. I'm hyped. Super hyped. That's like the best news of the day. That's the best comic news. I'm excited for some other stuff, but I'm like, sign me up. Give me some classic comic feels. It's been forever. When was the last time we had something done in ones besides Ryan North's Fantastic Four? The answer is no one does done in ones anymore. All right, we're going to blow through the toy news because it's not much this week. And then we're going to talk Transformers and try to be concise. I know better, but we're going to try. We're going to try, right? Okay. What do we have? Bandai. Bandai's up first. You guys ready for Bandai? Do you guys like Bandai?
I love hate. I love hate.
I like their product.
I think Bandai is definitely the company of the love hate. I hate the company, but I also like the stuff they're bringing out.
Yep. Bandai toy news. All right, there's an SMP Black and Gold Gingayo. In other news, water, wet. I mean, we all knew this was coming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. In the continuing action,
exclusive to your FAO shorts soon.
Oh, if only. The Premium DX Yamato buckle will be releasing in March for 4,950 yen. They've added dialogue lines for Buffa and Baroba and all of them. So we know what to expect with Premium DX Geek stuff. It's just checking things off the list. All right. Premium DX Vision Driver, which was actually upgraded to a CSM-style belt for adults, which I think is good because that one's harder to make. Like, you can't make a high-spec belt for it because the sides of the belt have electronics in them. So, pretty cool. That's 19,800 yen also in March, and it does have voices for every user of the Vision Driver, including the ones from the specials. This actually, I feel like, has more reason to exist. It's like a second chance at it, and it actually feels like an upgrade, not just we shoved voice lines in it. So, yeah, I'll give Bandai credit on that one. Also, the Complete Selection Modification Double Driver version 2. They finally figured out how to count
release
to 2.
this?
No, they hadn't.
Let's
go through the history together. All right, so here is the CSM Double Driver history. In 2013, the CSM Double Driver...
Sponsored by Spin Dash.
Sponsored by Spin Dash. Brought to you by Spin Dash. In 2013, CSM Double Driver. In 2020, CSM Double Driver 1.5. 2023, 1.5 Futo PI Edition. And then in 2025, we have the Double Driver version 2. The difference is...
We're getting Kingdom Hearts level number counting.
Yep. All right, so CSM Double Driver had a newly made belt with sized for adults, a holographic seal used on the guy memory labels, and metallic paint and matte finish used on the driver parts. That was before they started doing music and voice lines. The 1.5, the color range and paint color and range adjusted to match in-show design. Belt doesn't use leather anymore. Driver can be fully removed from the belt, so instead of just one side pulling off, both sides could. And the guy memory labels were adjusted, and the buttons were painted silver. The 1.5 Futo PI version was that plus 60 lines from the anime voices. And the 2.0 is going to be revealed later, but it does seem like it's hinting at some kind of feature to transfer between two of them. We're not exactly sure. There's a promo video, but we shall see. I'm going to wait for more details on that. It might be able to make you unconscious and put you inside somebody else's body. That's what I'm saying. I also imagine this is going to have the voice lines for the live-action actors. Because at this point you should.
Okay, archive audio, probably.
Hey, they can do it, as long as it has the stuff. All right. And then the only figure art announced this week was SH Figure Art Shinkocho Seiho Master Rider Armed Hibiki, a.k.a. the one band I forgot about. I know...
It's the best file form from the worst part of the show.
Yep. I love this form, but you are not getting me to pay $110 for this thing.
So it was cheaper, I would buy it, but I'm not buying for that price. I love this form so much.
Also, the premium Bandai US listing is misleading. They do not have a tag on the picture showing Hibiki with the drumsticks to say that he does not come with the drumsticks. You have to use the ones from the previous Hibiki, but he does come with a pair of hands, so Hibiki can use the arm saber. But if you look at the description here, it's hands, arm saber set, waist mount, which is the holster, and the tuning fork waist mount, which is the holstered tuning fork. And then the bonus part is the exchangeable left-right hands. It does not have the drumsticks, and they should have put an image tag on here. Like, Japanese premium Bandai says that. USP Bandai should do that as well. But for $110, you're not going to give me the drumsticks, I'm not going to buy it. That's the Bandai news. Psycho says we need Mugen, Cross Saber, Giffard, and Geets9. Yep, still missing some final forms.
Do we still Mugen is that's Ghost, right?
Ghost, yeah. We still don't have Ghost's final form. Wow.
Wasn't one of those like ancient they're always in showcase like prototypes?
Yeah, they've shown it a couple times, I think. They've never shown Cross Saber though. I know they did show Cross Saber. Cross Saber is tricky because there was one suit that existed that was hand painted and cost them like $1 million. Because of the paint. All right, we're gonna roll through the next bit of toy news pretty quick. So like strap in. Crossy, how are the SH Figure Art Spider-Verse figures? I've only ever held the 2099. It's the only one I own, and he's really good. He was very expensive, but he's gigantic. He's a tall boy. He was eating his Wheaties. But we got Agito Shining. We just don't have Seiho Agito Shining. So Crossy says I have Spider-Punk in my pile of loot. I think he turned out good. I saw some pictures of him.
He looks great.
He looks nice. He looks really nice. We're going to blow through all the American companies' toys in like 5 minutes. Think we can do it? think we can just fly through these. It's a lot of teases this week because everybody like Hasbro.
Not McFarlane. Not McFarlane.
Not McFarlane. McFarlane's like I haven't run the numbers because I don't know how to include Platinum Edition because there's no official listings and stuff. But I think McFarlane's put out more figures this year in DC Multiverse and its sublines than Marvel Legends have. I think it's like twice as much. I'm not 100% certain on that. It just feels.
It's hard. It's hard to follow because they're not releasing waves. They're not like most of the time they're not releasing waves. It's just like they pop in existence.
Yep. All right, Western Toy Roundup, starting with Jada. Guile's up for pre-order. Here he is. He got his comb.
Love his comb.
Sonic Boom.
I think he just Q4 because I did pre-order him, but I think the last I checked it was Q4.
He's Q4. He was a little bit delayed coming out of the factory because of his necklace. They said that was just getting the tolerance right for his dog tags, and so that's what's causing him to be slightly delayed after the rest of the wave.
I thought it would be the hair.
MAFEX, X-Man from the Age of Apocalypse. I'm surprised we got another Age of Apocalypse so quick, but this looks like to be the best figure of this character, so all 10 Nate Gray fans out there, rejoice. I say this as a fan of characters that also only have 10 fans, so I'm not meaning this as an insult. He looks good. He's got a bunch of energy effects as well, so yeah, if you want an X-Man, there you go. All right. Revoltech are making the Rebirth version of Batman Beyond, but with like 1,000% more surface detail.
I hate this figure so much. I am so sick and tired of taking a simple design like Batman Beyond and overcomplicating him.
Too, Ryan.
And this won't be the last time we say these words today. Let's go on with the next thing. Masters of the Universe. Masters of the Universe. We got some pictures thanks to Preternia. We got 40th anniversary Skeletor, which is a modification of the Comic-Con figure from a few years ago.
Yeah, he's free from Comic-Con exclusivity. He just went a new head.
Yep.
It looks great.
He looks great. Here's new Eternia Evelyn, who actually does have her cape, unlike a certain cartoon figure. We got Flying Fist He-Man, who I don't know why his proportions look off. I think it's the armor.
Yeah, I think it's the armor that's really causing it to look weird.
And then we've got, speaking of fists, we got Fisto, who is
new Eternia Fist. Yeah, new. Hopefully his fist is diecast like the.
I was thinking of a different
Retaliation.
Thinking of a different Fisto.
Yeah, one I can't talk about from Fallout.
Oh yeah. All right. NECA has brought us some horror this season, including the Ninja Turtles Gotta Get a Gift for Splinter box set. I don't remember. What was the turtle?
We wish you a turtle Christmas.
That's what it is. Yeah. They're calling it. The packaging says "From Dimension Xmas Vacation" because I think they're not legally allowed to call it that. See, it's called Dimension Xmas Vacation, not "We Wish You a Turtle Christmas."
I think that special was made by
Family
the
Home
VHS company. Yeah, Family.
Yeah,
FHS or something. Yeah,
which is now owned by Lionsgate.
Do they have the black socks for their feet?
Look at them.
I think they do.
Look at those
They got the booties.
Good. That's accurate.
And they got the presents and the bells and the unhinged jaws. It's
even the pizza in the frame.
Mm-hmm. That'll be exclusive to Walmart. So, especially
Merry Christmas.
I was gonna say, if you wanna brave True Crime City for Walmart around here, and you want to go get your horrifying turtles, good luck. I know other Walmarts are a lot less chaotic than mine. I have stories about the Walmarts here in town. I can't tell on stream because I'd be demonetized. Anyways, Nosferatu, the black and white edition is going to be like it's funny, they did this with Dracula as well. The Dracula black and white came with the Carfax Alley costume that the color version didn't come with. And they did coming out of their shelves tour, actually. MJ
yeah, they actually did coming out of your shelves.
Anyways, so the black and white edition will come with his little cabbie get up for when he's riding in the coach, which is really funny. He is a little gremlin that will kill you. All right, Elvira. Elvira's Commando edition. This is from the Elvira Mistress of the Dark movie, where she had a bazooka and did this commando look, and here's her new figure. And
we need her to fight Commando Weird Al of his movie.
I know. We need a Weird Al line that's just a bunch of Weird Als.
Yes. All
right, for New York Comic Con, NECA has an Invisible Man who glows in the dark. This is, of course, going to be packed on a Remco-inspired retro card, even though he wasn't part of the Remco line. Neither was Nosferatu, who was a San Diego Comic Con exclusive. But this picture of the back also shows they're going to make a Bride of Frankenstein as well.
He's bad at his job. He glows. He's supposed to be the Invisible Man.
Yeah, I bought the original 6 that are based on the Remco line, but I'm not sure if I'm going to get these others just because I don't know. They're if they weren't con exclusives that cost like $45 after NECA shipping, I'd probably be more into them. I was only willing to do that for Dracula, Creature, and Phantom because they were in the original line. But if these are all going to be Comic-Con exclusives and they're going to be like $45, I don't know. Anyways, we also have Garbage Man. It's actually Kevin Eastman in his cameo as the Garbage Man from the Ninja Turtles movie, which is a great way to make a Kevin Eastman. And he comes with a sketch pad of the Turtles as well.
We now need a Pierre Laird.
Yep. So it's pretty neat. It is funny. It is still Kevin Eastman Ultimate Action Figure. It's not like they're having to hide that it's him. He does come with the Lairdman Island, New York City.
Does the Jack Kirby figure have any like to the Kirby estate on the packaging?
I think it does. It does. It's officially Kirby from Ninja Turtles, but it does have the Kirby estate sign off on it.
That's good.
Yep. Crossy said, I'm good with the bathrobe Invisible Man because it's the look I've seen the most as a kid. Yeah, I think the bathrobe, that's why Jada did that one too. I'm glad NECA circled back to do that. But the glow in the dark for the Invisible Man is just funny.
He just needs the fireplace in there. He just needs the fireplace and everything and get like classical music playing in the background.
Yep. McFarlane Toys. They announced that the Commander Steel, which leaked last week, is a Target.
It's Sportman Day. Oh yeah, we need to get these guys first.
Yep. Steel, Target exclusive, and Sinestro Core, or Parallax Sinestro is also Target. So those are the 2 gold label Targets. And then here we have Batman Day, where there was a bunch of announcements, all Batman. First, you get Batman with the Batglider from the Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo run.
This is a really cool set. I like the backdrop and everything.
The backdrop, I think, adds a lot to it. If it was just him with the glider, it'd be one thing, but I think the backdrop kind of makes
it's kind of we were finally getting like what, this is New 52 Batman pretty much, right?
Yeah, basically. We haven't gotten just a straight normal one, really.
It's nice to get that.
Yep. Then we got, for some reason, a gold Vampire Batman, gold and black edition. Exclusive to SAO Schwartz. No, it's just, it exists. We got Silver Age Batman and Ace the Bat Hound.
I love them.
They're pretty nice. Ace is absolutely feral, though. Like, that dog is, like, ready to bite something.
I think this is the Nightfall mold with a new chest to get rid of the molded bat logo.
Yeah.
But he gives such DC Universe classic vibes. Also, I just love Ace just shove into the packaging like that.
Yeah, no, he's just there. He's, like, ready to gnaw on Bruce's arm.
So you do question why? How come this figure is like a normal $20 figure where Crypto and Clark were $30 for collector edition?
I don't know, because even Clark was even reusing a mold just like Batman is. So.
Yeah.
And then we've got Batman Beyond from Batman Beyond Neo Gothic.
So how do you feel about the Neo design? I think the Neo design, like talking comic wise, kind of figure wise, but I do like the Neo design.
I like it. I actually like it. Yeah. I do think it does kind of try to do that. We talk about with Batman Beyond, we kind of try to reinvent the wheel all the time because it's such an iconic classic design. It's so simple.
I think this one's one of the better. I think this one is the better one because it doesn't change too much. It just adds a new logo, some red highlights, and like a weird mouth guard thing, and that's it. I think that's a really good update. And this, I know a lot of people dislike this figure, and I think the reason why is because in the comic, his cow's a cow. Like he has those cheek stings, which when you have no worry about a ball joint head neck, it looks fine, but when you try to do that as a ball joint head neck, it looks weird.
I will probably pick this up because I love the character, just like I picked up the comic because I love the character and not because I like the way it was written.
The Neo Year stuff is fine. I think
the Neo Gothic Neo Year stuff, it's fine. It's just not what I was looking for out of Batman Beyond.
I'm just happy those comics are just original and not just trying to go, oh, it's a continuation of shit, like it's its own thing. That's why
it's not Batman Beyond 2.0 situation. I really love the Rebirth comic because they managed to be like, and here's elements from the TV show, and here's elements from main universe Batman canon. We kind of like merged them together. I like that a whole lot. Not trying to be canon to the show, but also not trying to. I liked what they did. I just didn't love it. I liked it. You know, I didn't just keep buying it out of obligation, but it was Colin Kelly and Jackson Lansing, who sometimes I have to see all the way through the end of their vision before I go, I like this or I didn't. Their Star Trek stuff's great. Their NYX is another one where I'm like, oh, but I think about Batman Beyond, and I'm like, I kind of like that. But anyways, we're also getting Batman Noel finally. It's just a repaint of the Page Punchers figure.
Yeah, the Page Puncher one with wire cape, so it looks nice.
Because that was a Lee Barrimo
Batman,
who also looked like the Noel design. So it's just that, but a wired cape, and I'm like, cool. That was Batman Day. So in case we were talking about like, oh wow, Todd slowed down on Batman. No, he was saving. We don't have much Transformers news before we get to the Transformers tier list, so I'm just gonna go through this like quick.
Did you hear about the disaster that was the Walmart live stream?
Okay. You guys know how much I rag on Hasbro, and I have ragged on the Transformers brand and some of the management. That Walmart stream was such a disaster, I did not add it to the news topics because I actually don't want to relive that. And I didn't even watch it. I didn't even watch it, and it was so bad I don't want to relive it.
I saw the Transformers YouTubers react to that thing, and I'm like, oh my god, it was so bad.
Yeah.
It made me laugh.
It was the worst. It was the worst. You know, like Psycho's like, was it worse than the Pinata thing for Power Rangers? And I was like, yes, because that at least showed new toys. This stream
showed Rise. Let me
recap for everybody real quick. Let me just do this because I'm trying not to I don't want to harp on this. I don't want to stay on this for too long because I could go on for days. Let me give you guys a quick recap. There was a Walmart stream. It was run by 30. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna put Bumblebee up so that this gets into the title card. Sorry, this is for people watching later. Transformers. Okay. There was a Walmart stream where they had a live event on Walmart.com. It was not run by anybody we've ever seen from Hasbro. It was
also the Walmart player was awful. Apparently, you can't full screen or anything like that.
Of course it was. It was on Walmart. I knew it'd be a disaster before it happened. Okay, so on the stream, they were showing products, and the two people presenting had no idea what they were talking about. They were just reading off notes. One may have admitted to pirating Transformers 1. Not exactly sure about that. It was just weird. She was like, oh, I watched the movie on my iPad last weekend. Okay, that doesn't mean you didn't get a screener, but still. They were supposed to be showing products over the course of a half hour and then have those products go up for order on Walmart.com. I kid you not, there was not a single new product shown. All of it was stuff from years ago. Their first reveal was Studio Series Nah.
And that came out like 2021? Remember?
Yes. And then they would show a Studio Series. They showed a Bumblebee, and the Bumblebee they were putting up was a different Bumblebee. And the link that they had for the Bumblebee they showed was from a third-party seller jacking the price up by like 3 times. They didn't know what they were talking about. The presentation was completely unprofessional. They showed some new 3.0 stuff that was exclusive on Walmart, which was just weird.
They showed old Rise of the Beast toy.
They showed old Rise of the Beast toys like it was something new.
They acted like it was new. In the Earthspark.
It was technically the first marketing for any of the kids' toys.
Yep.
But what the actual hell was that?
There was also a fake giveaway.
Yes.
Apparently.
There was a giveaway, but it didn't work.
Because I think it was pre-recorded. She wasn't even live. It was pre-recorded.
Yes, that's right. It was pre-recorded, so it wasn't even live. And the links just kept going up, and the wrong links would go up for products, and it was just... I mean, I have never seen a worse shit show, and I didn't even watch it. I had a friend who was watching it, and I was like, I'm burned out from PulseCon. I can't watch another one of these things. You watch it and tell me anything good happens. And he was like, this is a nightmare. And then I saw clips of it later. I'm just like, what the hell? Also, there was the only pre-orders that went up for Transformers Day were the already pre-announced 3 Studio Series Transformers 1s. I don't know what happened with Dramatic Capture Series 3. That hasn't gone up on any of the US sites yet. It's been up on Amazon Japan for 2 weeks now. I just put my order in on Amazon Japan. That's the Starscream Blitzwing Astro Train set. Of course, the Studio Trigger short didn't get released to the rest of the world. It was really frustrating.
The Miracle Transformers 1 came out that week.
Yep. And also we found out Transformers Day is a lie as well. It's supposed to be, oh, it's Transformers Day because that's the day the G1 cartoon aired. Nope, it aired 2 weeks earlier, according to several TV listings.
Oh, wow. Okay, I know you're talking about the whole Marvel Comics thing, but no. Wow.
No, the Marvel comic came out in May. We passed the anniversary of the Marvel comic, and they were like, here's toys. Blade Raider says, I watched some of it. They were promoting toys with missing parts, missing hands, and armor, and the like. Yeah.
I didn't see
Nothing.
that.
Not a single thing was good about it. The Pinata Power Rangers fan stream at least showed us new toys.
And he's saying with the there were at least some professionalism in the Power
Yep.
Rangers piano stuff, because stuff like that, because they had to edit and act that whole sequence for the piano bit and such like that.
The Transformers Day is September 17th, the day the G1 cartoon premiered, which isn't like it aired earlier. There's so many sources that it aired earlier, and Transformers started with the Marvel comic in May of '84, not September. They only made it Transformers Day because it was 3 days before their new movie. That's the only reason. You want to think about it. All right, so what went up for pre-order on Transformers Day? The worst Hasbro dates I've seen in a while. Oh, wait, I forgot about the G.I. Joes that say October 2025. I do not understand how Hasbro is legitimately getting worse at their dates. Bumblebee and Sentinel Prime are both listed for a May 2025 release with only pictures of digital renders, despite the fact at PulseCon they showed us the physical toys.
Hey kids, you want to have your favorite toy, your favorite characters from that favorite movie you watched? Wait for a year.
Yeah, and then this is not the case. Most sites put Alita as May, but Hasbro Pulse claims Alita's not coming out till November 1st, 2025.
Look, she's
no,
like
the
that,
hell
okay?
she ain't.
Look, she's like that. She wants to get the workload done later.
I know she's an overachiever, but this is ridiculous. I do not understand what is happening with these dates. I'm going to keep calling it out because these...
It really does seem like a dartboard scenario.
Exactly,
here.
and I can't understand how Hasbro cannot lock this down while every other company has. You know? Every other company's got this locked down, not Hasbro.
Bandai, Lego, even Mattel is like, yep, that's the date.
McFarlane's always on time with my Amazon pre-orders, and sometimes they get delayed.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, Crossiosity, they shipped out your Punisher pack when it was supposed to come out in November. I got stuff from December already. I've already got December
My Dracula's coming tomorrow. I ordered that with Moon Knight, but Moon Knight's not coming with Dracula.
Oh, crap. Dracula's coming tomorrow. Oh, God.
Because that's for Amazon money.
I know, but I need to check Pulse.
Oh, no. But yeah, it's like I mentioned, like, oh, your Dracula's coming next week. I'm like, what do you mean coming next?
No. Oh, God.
Oh, is it happening to you, Santa?
Oh, God. Dracula's now October 1st. He was November 1st.
Watch, he's got boost up. I guarantee.
Pulse, by the way, for anyone wondering, used to send out emails when dates change. They don't do that anymore.
Is that when the site changed?
When the site changed. Any order from the old site still gives me the date email change. Any order from the new site now tells me nothing. You don't even get a payment confirmation email.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, they don't even do that anymore. It's a complete mess. It looks like the entire wave has moved up to October 1st.
I mean that's Pacific Pulse if you're Amazon.
Yep. They're all listed as sold out too now. All of them are listed as sold out except Lilith. Helverine's not even listed. Wait, that's not what he's called. It's called Weapon of Vengeance, right?
Weapon of Vengeance, yeah.
And he's not showing up at all. Weapon of Vengeance. Okay, there he is. Yeah, everything in that wave is sold out now, except for Lilith. So, guys, I'm going on a trip Friday. Could Hasbro just leave me the hell alone? It's not even the thing is,
you want that?
I kind of do. I kind of want out, guys. How do I get out of Hasbro collecting? I'm so...
You got to
Hasbro
delete your channel. Delete your channel.
I'm not deleting the channel. Because the problem is I just had Bandai pre-orders come in on time, and then all the Hasbro pre-orders are early. Like Soundwave and the Emirate Zaron and Flame 2 pack were originally 2 weeks apart. Now they're the same day. Guys, should I cancel Leader Soundwave and get Buzzsaw later?
Just get Buzzsaw on eBay.
There's a Soundwave It's a Super 7 Deluxe. It's exclusive to Amazon. It comes with Laserbeak, but not his gun, which seems like a weird choice.
If there's any one you have to get, it has to be Soundwave. Think about it.
I know. That's the reason I have it on order still.
If there's one you have to keep.
Falcon's Tech, in what world does Hasbro not review their Disney license? I could see the Lucasfilm license going away, but the Marvel one prints them money. But then also, like, I would love if Mattel made Marvel Legends because they actually know how to make dates on time. Anyways, moving on. Don't buy any more and sell Hasbro-related stuff. Yep, I would love to do that if they didn't own Transformers and Marvel. And that's where I'm trapped. Okay, Transformers leak watch time. Here's what the Rathalos Transformer looks like. Lyoleus Prime is a Rathalos / Age of Extinction Optimus Prime mix.
Like Age of Extinction?
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. He's got that night look to him.
It's hard to tell with these blurry photos.
I know it's a blurry photo.
But still, at least this is actually a cool crossover. I like the Godzilla ones.
Mm-hmm.
He looks small though. He doesn't look.
Hellfire brought a good point. Hellfire says, "I think you might have to pay $50 for Buzzsaw because why is the Transformer secondary market so bad?" Exactly. What were we talking about? I'm like all like
Transformers,
Rathalos, right? This is what it looks like. It is the AirRaiser mold. Holy crap, Falcon! I didn't catch that. It looks good, but it is the AirRaiser mold. I recognize those feet anywhere.
It is. You're right.
Yeah.
God, that mold. How's that mold not disintegrating yet?
Oh my God! Is that movie AirRaiser's head?
Is it?
Might be.
It's hard to tell. It's
prime colored, but that looks like the head for movie. I haven't transformed movie AirRaiser since I got her because I put her into bird mode and stayed.
Because it's accurate. Even the signature made it
exactly,
accurate.
But no. Oh my God! I think it is movie. I think it's. Luckily, it's movie AirRaiser, not Kingdom AirRaiser, so it's a little bigger. But wow, still a deluxe. More on that in the future. Time to boot up the tier list, I guess. I'm so glad I checked the Hasbro Pulse site for Dracula when you said that. But that also kind of threw me off, too, at the same time, because I'm like, oh my God, no. But, like, it's good. It's good that we know that, because now I can... Because I wouldn't have known, because Pulse wouldn't have sent me an email or anything. That's the worst part.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Pulse and Amazon are in the same boat of, we'll just tell you when we take your money and ship it. Thanks. I like a little bit more of a heads up. I'm on a very delicate budget running this channel. Welcome back, Smith.
Meanwhile, I'm waiting for HOJ to reply to my email going, when's my stuff shipping?
Yeah. All right, guys. It's Transformers tier list. So, tier list rules. I put everything in here that was in the viewing guide in the order it was in the viewing guide. Just so, because I just used all the same poster images that I'd saved for the viewing guide. Robot Masters isn't included and stuff. Like, it's not that.
I love a Q Transformers. That was in the trigger shirt.
It was, but I didn't include in the guide because I didn't know they were going to do that, and I didn't have time to read.
Is Earthspark here? Because I don't want to rank Earthspark.
I don't want to rank Earthspark yet, but it's here. I could play my old Hebe Key gag. It's a shame Earthspark ended after season 1.
Yeah.
See you later, Zeltrax. All right. Let's go in depth if we feel like it, but like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be like, here's the ranking I think it should go in, and then you guys debate me on it.
Well, Cass, it's time for you. I guess it's time for you to say, unless you actually do have something to say about Transformers.
Transformers
mostly, yeah.
G1. This is all a G1.
Okay, well,
all 4 seasons. I've watched this show a bunch because as a kid, it was like the only Transformer show on DVD. So it's the way I got my
G1. G1. I like season 1 a lot. Season 2 is take or leave. There's some episodes that I like, and there's episodes that are just there.
Hot take, I will take season 3 over season 2.
Yes, same. Season 3 with its wonky ACOM. What was it, Cass?
So I was like, Soundout. You said you were gonna put it and then have us talk.
Oh yes, thank you. Let me bump you up a little bit because I couldn't hear you, but you're right. I'll put G1 in A. That's what I'm putting.
Really, A? I'm surprised.
I'll tell you why. But I was gonna say the reason I'm putting it in A is not just nostalgia, but it may be some of that. Season 1 is a great foundation for a Transformers show.
Well, because it is.
Because it is the foundation. But it's a great foundation of setting things up. Season 2 is really hard to get through. Because it's just all over the place.
I think I'll take Season 2 I'll take a lot over a lot of other 80s cartoons nonsense, like 80s, a lot of 87 Turtles, for example. So I think there are some great episodes in Season 2, and even some that are not like plot important are just fun. Like I also love like the Sea Spray Power Glide girlfriend episode, or Hoist Goes to Hollywood.
Have you read Destro?
Yeah.
Did you know that Sea Spray's girlfriend's in Destro?
Is that in the newest issue?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't know about that. Crap! I didn't read that yet.
Astoria, she showed up in issue 3.
Oh, Tree? Wait, I read issue 3. I don't remember her being there.
There's this woman named Astoria that shows up, and then she's in. No, she's in issue 2, I think. Actually, there was a letter where someone was like, "Is that Sea Spray's girlfriend?" And then they're like, "Yeah, that is." I was like, "Wait, how did I not notice this?"
Oh, it's a letter. I thought she appeared in person. Okay.
No, she appears in the comic. And then someone in the letter asked the writer, "Hey, is that Astoria from the Sea Spray episode?"
I need to go double check. God, that's so cool. But yeah, I think Season 2 is definitely the messiest of the 3 seasons. Oh, I'm not counting Rebirth, 3 seasons, but it's fun. I also like if I'm bored, I'll watch it. Season 2 episode.
I think also to remind you guys, I'm grading on the scale of Transformers, not grading on the scale of overall media, because if I was comparing G1 to other 80s cartoons, it's like a C.
I say Transformers is better than a lot of other cartoons back in the day.
Yeah, but like even compared to G.I. Joe, it's just it.
Yeah, I know. I didn't really watch Real American Hero too.
When I watched Real American Hero all the way through the first time as an adult, and I was like, man, that was a better show than Transformers. It was just locked in.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Season 3, wonkiness aside, because it's there.
Yep.
I love Season 3. I think a lot of the stories are great. A lot of the concepts are great.
Weird World, the Galvatron episode is the most amazing episode for a Decepticon.
Call of the Beast is a really great episode, and such like that. I mean, the Ghost of Starscream episode was great because of Blitzwing's redemption and such.
Five Faces of Darkness drags that season early, but after that, it just comes up with so many interesting ideas because they get away from Earth. They're like, we don't have to be on Earth. We can just do whatever we want.
And that's why I love Void Rivals the most. I'm glad Void Rivals bring all that
Void Rivals
stuff.
is like season 3 if the art was good.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I'm Rebirth trash. Rebirth is bad.
Yep.
It's awful.
Transformers the movie's an S tier.
Yeah.
It doesn't work standalone, of course. It is a spinoff of a cartoon, but like anybody denying that this movie just rocks.
Mm-hmm.
No, I love that movie.
Visually and auditorially.
Every time Dare plays,
yeah.
When Dare plays, I just sing along with that song.
That movie. That movie is the reason my music taste developed the way they do. All right, Scramble.
Why I got into Transformers. I came in backwards. I saw the movie first.
I saw Beast Wars and then I saw the movie. So it was like my introduction
to regular
Transformers.
Then G1, then Beast Wars.
I think for me it was Cybertron animated, then the movie. I feel like.
All right, Scramble City, Mobilization, the OVA. That's a D tier. I think we get way too wrapped up into Scramble City, the legend of this lost OVA, that like you actually sit down and watch it sucks. It's not great.
It's just IR toy. Because I think the problem with Scramble City, it sucks at what it's supposed to do, and you try to explain the gap between the movie and season 2 for Japan. It doesn't.
It doesn't. It's just like, look at the toys. I mean, it is cool that it's like the one time we see the Scramble City combiners swap limbs.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not great. Okay. Headmasters, I'm going to put Headmasters in A.
I think Headmasters gets hated too much. I like Headmasters a lot. I like the Headmaster. I like the Headmaster crew. I actually like Daniel and Wheelies, especially when Six Shot gets his redemption arc. I think is really great. I thought Chrono is one of my favorite Transformers characters, and such like that. And such like that. I think I like it. It's fun. It's not my favorite of the Chikara trilogy, but it's still, I think, a good time.
All right, time for me to admit something. I've never finished Master Force.
Boo!
You may boo me for this. I have never finished it. Last time I was watching it, I got like halfway through, and then I was like, I should go back to that sometime. It's been like, when did the DVD come out? It's been a long time.
watched Master Force, not as a Transformers series, but as a mecha.
Yeah, I
mecha
think back when I
anime.
watched it, I hadn't watched much mecha, like back when the DVD came out, and I watched it the first time. I wasn't a mecha head the way I am now.
I love Master Force. It's my favorite of the card trilogy. I love all the characters. I think a lot of the themes of the Transformers wanting to be human is fantastic, and just the humanity of it and such. I got Metahawk, Jinrai, and the Headmaster Juniors are all great. I love the Decepticon Juniors get redeemed. Oh, it's great. It is my. What's your favorite? Was it Zambuk? No, not Zambuk. What's your favorite? Was Lasner, right? Is your favorite 80s?
Yeah.
This is my Lasner. I love Master Force. It's just that this is my 80s mecha anime right here. Like 80s mecha anime here.
Okay, last time I tried to watch Master Force was in 2012. Do you know what I was doing in 2012?
High school?
Yeah, I was in high school. I had barely even watched Gundam at the time. Transformers was the only mecha thing I'd watch outside of like Voltron.
I remember what I was doing. I was pretending to be a Blue Ranger and reviewing comic books.
Yeah. I need to go back to Master Force and like
go back. I think you'll like. I think you watch it as if you watch it as less of
now that I'm a mecha
show.
fan and not just like
watch it.
I think I'll enjoy it more.
It's more of a mecha anime than it is a Transformers show, and I think that's not a bad thing because it's something new, something unique, and that's something I think I value more in this franchise more and more. Is when something I
will definitely value that more now than I did back in 2012.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Victory is a B. I love Victory. It's my favorite of the trilogy. I actually finished that one first. I had this issue finishing shows during high school because I was doing high school stuff, right?
Yeah.
I started Headmasters. I dropped off. I started Master Force. I dropped off. I started Victory. I actually finished Victory. Then I went and finished Headmasters.
It's short.
It's short. I love the characters. Star Saber, Death Stars. That's why I freaked out about the Haslabs.
This Victory Star Saber's best dad.
I love the show. It's not good though.
It is. That's what it's because I was having this big conversation with my friends. We were watching all three of the card trilogy when I got my DVD. I still have an extra copy, by the way. I like Victory, but I didn't love it as much as Headmaster and Master 4 because I think the show, while still good, didn't have enough.
You can feel the budget slipping away from them.
Yeah, I feel like especially you feel like the cast was a bit too big for its own good. Master Force cast was pretty big, but I think what helps with Master Force is like they're kind of groups. You got your juniors, you got your pretenders, and then you got your power masters or guy masters.
And then in Victory, everybody's a combiner.
Yeah, so it was so hard to keep up with track with everybody.
Because I can't. And I love Victory. I cannot name you the individual components of Lio Kaiser and Dino King.
besides
I
remember Kiryu, the dinosaur, the Triceratops. He's such a friend. He's such a goofball. I love him.
They're just all Dino King to me. It's the same thing with all the combiners. Anytime you have a combiner, that's one character to me.
Don't ask me how the name all multi-force. I can't remember any of them.
Same with Landcross. I don't know.
Well, no, that's
Road Caesar.
Yeah, Road Caesar. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
Because I remember. I think that's the weakness of Victory is the characters are not bad, but there was too many that they didn't give enough focus. I think.
Oh, that's why Psycho said the Dino King guys are number plus Ryu. Oh, that makes sense. Roku Ryu, Ichi Ryu. Oh yeah, no, I finally got it. It only took 12 years. The thing is, Victory is an undercooked show because they didn't have the money to finish it. I mean, 7 clip shows that Shout didn't even bother including was just to get it to a normal episode length. The problem is you get so much reused animation. We make jokes about Death Stars just sitting in a chair for most of the show, but like, it's true, and it's kind of a fault of the show.
What makes Victory, I think, good still is it is hype. It is that 80s mecha hype, which transitioned to the Brave series, definitely.
Zone.
I wish Zone. I think Zone for me would have been higher if we got a full show. Because I read the actual manga.
Oh, manga's great. That OVA, I can't even remember all the details of the OVA. That's
because I love the premise of Zone. There's like evil aliens, Vigal, reviving all the leaders to take over the world. Then we have Die Atlas, who get the power of the cosmos. to like stop him, and then we had the first gay couple of Transformers fight me, and such like that. And I wish we got full six. I read I forget the actual term, but the visual picture manga thingy.
Yeah.
From the third volume of the Transformers manga.
Yeah, it was the TV visual manga. Yeah.
Yeah, I read those, and there's some great stuff in that stuff with Super Megatron and how Diatlus defeat the Violent Driller, and it's great stuff. I wish it was animated.
Yep.
Because I kind of want Trigger to actually finish Zone, because they have a pattern, because they did the Gridman animation, then they got SSS, and I actually learned recently, Delicious of Dungeon, their newest series, that they did a animated trailer for one of the volumes before they did the anime, and then they did the anime. So, like, can we repeat the pattern?
That'd be cool.
Please?
I would like that. All right. Beast Wars is an S tier. I'm not taking questions at this time.
We're not, I think, I don't think
I don't want to hear the words dated animation. They did amazing work considering it was 1996. Toy Story was barely in existence, and they had a full TV show in CG. They had two. They had Reboot and this at the same time. I have never been able to make my way through Beast Wars the Second or Beast Wars Neo.
I do need to watch.
A lot of people.
I need to watch.
Don't like that one.
I do feel like you kind of misrepresent them in the watch guide, because I feel like you kind of view them as the same gag comedy as the Japanese stuff.
I only say that because when I was watching it, that's what I got from it.
Well, because they're the same as R.I.D. or Car Robots. It's just kids anime mecha stuff.
Yeah, it's just they were gaggier than Car Robots.
No, definitely.
That's what turned me off of watching them, was they were so.
Because there's some really cool stuff in.
There is some cool stuff in it, but the problem I found with it is that it's not the animation quality, but the visual quality, because it's never been remastered properly. Doesn't help it, but. Blade Raider said Beast Wars Second is a slow watch. It takes a long time for things to happen.
No, it is, but there's some really great movies.
Don't like the humor in it at all. And the reason why I wanted to make sure I was like clear about how they're different from Beast Wars is that a lot of people online end up hating Beast Wars the Second and Neo because they're different, not understanding why they're different. And it's not because I don't hate that they're different. I don't hate the gags. But it's not my jam, and it doesn't click with Beast Wars for me. It clicks as its own other thing.
Well, that's how I view them, because they're clearly not meant to be Beast Wars.
Yeah, they're not, because they're a spin-off of the Beast Wars gag dub.
I mean, because essentially how you feel about Beast Machines. If you like Beast Machines for how it is its own thing versus Beast Wars, I feel like that should be the same for Beast Wars Second and Neo.
Right.
They're not the same.
Yeah, they're not. But what I'm trying to say is not that they're the same as the gag dub. They come from the place of the gag dub.
It's just they're better because they're made for it. The problem with the gag dub is they're forcing the gag onto a show that's made for it. Where Beast Wars Neo and Second, at least, are made from the ground up, and that's why I think they're better.
What's crazy to me is that, like, ratings-wise and popularity-wise, Beast Wars Metal blew both of them out of the water.
Which I find interesting, because I feel like there's more legacy for Neo and Second in Japan.
Yeah. But yet, apparently, the reason why we still get gag dubs for Transformers in Japan is because Beast Wars Metals was so successful.
And, of course, this all goes to cultural differences.
Yeah.
Of course, is always the big thing about, like, maybe the show is that funny. It's just we can't understand it because it's a different humor.
Exactly,
style.
And that's the reason why I haven't finished Second or Neo. Even though I want to, they're just... I tried both. I just can't vibe with them. And I can't... it's like, should I force myself through them? Probably, but
I think I vibe with them more because I just like that era of mecha anime for kids and stuff like that, so I can find it easier and such.
I think I struggled with it more than some, because I don't mind comedic shows. Like, I watch Car Robots. Car Robots is fine for me. It's just I think I just kind of like. I think what it is that with Beast Wars Second and Neo. Is I just not feel? I don't know. I'm just not feeling either show when I've tried it before. I probably need to give them another run. Just like I obviously need to give Master Force another run. That's for sure. But I think the issue with the shows is that because I tried them recently, it wasn't even like an old thing. It was just but the issue is I also am notoriously I never finish comedy shows that I start. If something's too comedy based, I kind of just tune out after a certain point. It's just the way my brain works.
The Beast Wars anime does have a better balance later on. There are,
Yeah.
I think when like the combiners show up is when I think the shows get a lot more better. Definitely.
Hellfire says it's weird because I'm seeing in some circles that they wish dubs were straight dub instead of a revised gag dub, and are going as far as subbing some shows. So basically the same inverse of everything that was done with the 4Kids shows here, and what everybody wanted out of what the show's 4Kids dubbed, right? Because so many of the 4Kids dubs were the kind of, could be categorized as gag dubs, but they're more straightforward. And then a lot of fans are like, but we want a straight dub of Yu-Gi-Oh! We want a straight dub of One Piece. We want, and then just do
you got that. It's called Funimation.
Yeah, I mean, One Piece is a bad example. I just couldn't think of any other 4Kids shows for some reason. Straight dub of Shaman King, which we got 3 episodes
We got for 3 episodes.
And then, yeah.
All right. Next.
Anyways,
what's next?
I don't want to talk about Beast Machines. Every time I do, somebody tries to shoot me.
Beast Machines. It's a show I respect. And I think the ideas are great. I did not jive with it because the characters are so too mean. It's because that's the frustrating thing of it. I don't want to
put it on a ranking. I just don't want to. I've done this. I've played this game for so many years.
Be honest. Well, just be honest with yourself. Because again, Beast Machines. Because when I rewatched it recently, I went in and wanted to like it.
Yeah.
And I respect a lot of things it did more than I did back then. But the characters were. Like, I just did not jive with the characters. Even ignoring my connections with Beast Wars, I just think a lot of them are very jerky.
And the thing is, and this is what I always say, is like, they're very off-putting. And I think it's intentional because they're in a dystopian world where everyone they know is dead. Their own memories have been just destroyed and messed with.
Yeah, that is totally the idea. But, like...
The problem is they never grew out of that.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where a show can start like that, but if the characters progressively get a lot more happier or better, or you understand, I get that. Why now? I think.
But that's also the core theme of the show is that like Cybertron shouldn't be restored; it should be changed.
Yeah, and I feel like Beast Machines, if the characters were more embracing the change instead of like, because half the episode are just like Cheetor and Optimus fighting because the Oracle told Optimus something. Yeah. I think it's more. It feels very antagonistic about the whole changing. I feel like if there was more
the
philosophical,
is that they didn't figure out how to balance that out with its core theme of Maximals and Predacons and Autobots and Decepticons shouldn't exist. There should be a one unified Cybertron, and none of the leaders that currently are in charge should be in charge anymore. The planet has to evolve, and that's why Cheetor is like the next evolution. That's why he's constantly questioning Primal. And it's the frustrating part about it is that there is such a gem of a beautiful show underneath all the grime of Beast Machines.
Yeah, and that's why I appreciate Earthspark, and we're gonna get to that when we get to it in season 1, because I feel like they take a lot of those ideas Beast Machines brought up and bring that forward.
Also brought in some of the Beast Machines ideas.
Yeah, same thing. I think again, Beast Machines had a great foundation. It just, I think there's sadly too much mess that I can't recommend the show easily to a lot of people.
And it's all Hasbro inflicted.
For me.
It's all Hasbro's fault. It's 100% Hasbro's fault because everybody behind the scenes, like, they're like, oh, we're coming in to do a sequel to the show. Can we look at Beast? Can we, they asked Hasbro, can we get the tapes for Beast Wars so we can be prepped for this? And Hasbro said, no, you need to write your own thing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I would love to see a version of Beast Machines with a combined vision of original and what Beast Machines brought. It's what I want one day.
I'm still putting it in B, and nobody can fight me on that.
No, I think it's a good place because my frustration.
You say it's a good place, but someone on Twitter is going to yell at me for not putting it in.
I was going to say put it in C and make everybody mad.
Well, no, that's in the middle. It's in the middle.
Well, exactly.
Yeah, I know, but I'm
too high for some, too low for others.
I think B is a good place.
But I don't know if I want to be fair with Beast Machines. I gotta tell you guys, I love Beast Wars, as you know. It's an S, right? But like, I thought the Viacons were 1,000% more interesting than the Predacons. Everything going on with Megatron was just so much more interesting than what he was doing in Beast Wars. And I think that's also helps it.
Look, his rubber ducky's great.
Yeah, but the thing is, I liked Obsidian Strike a whole lot. I thought they were fascinating.
Jetstar was a cool character to see, was it?
The plot twist as to who the Viacon generals are is still kind of insane when you look at it. Like, for as much as Hasbro was interfering with the show, I'm surprised they signed off on that.
Yeah, I know. I love the twists. I just did not like after we learn about the twists.
Like that's the thing is like it's all the ideas and not the execution, right?
Yeah, because I think with Tankor and Rhinox,
the Rhinox one's the only one I'm okay with because they set it up in Beast Wars.
Yeah, I think it's just a sharp direction, right? Like sharp. It was. I think it's one of those things where it was a nice transition. I can accept him being evil, but since it was such a sharp, right direction for the character, it made me go, "Ew, what? No!"
And I think
scenario.
That's what it is. It's like it's amazing that the show was like, we're going to vilify one of the main characters of the previous show. Like that's never happened again, right? Is it the only time that it's happened in Transformers?
Do you kill Starscream in Nurse Spark Season 2?
No, because that's hitting factory settings. I mean, it's taking a character who we only saw as good. But the thing was, is Rhinox had like 2 mind viruses in Beast Wars, and he was starting to like lose he was starting to lose his optimism by the end of Beast Wars. He was in the let's just kill him mode by the time we got to the end of it. And then that transition, especially when like Megatron's,
I think the issue is because the show's so dour.
Yeah,
that's just another added dour to it.
Right,
is the problem.
And I think that's like the thing too is that, that's the thing with Beast Machines. It's a fascinating show. It's got so many great ideas, and then just doesn't know how to execute any of them because of so many outside factors. Also, because this was a kid show in 1999, what the hell was going on with this concept? This is like what you do in like a spin-off show where you don't have to have the risk of tanking the entire franchise.
Well, and, when we get to the War side, like the adult AIM shows later in the list, Beat Machines at least has stuff I think I like. The other two ones when they try to aim for adult are for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna put Beast Machines in C. Like I think I've been thinking about Cal said. Too high for some, too low for others. I'm good with that.
All right, Nyx.
RID, that's a B.
I need to rewatch RID eventually. I love RID a lot growing up as a kid. I need to rewatch it again.
I rewatched RID. I rewatched Car Robots after. They're both the same show.
They're fun. It just the one that I just remember. It's fun. It's such a fun show.
Psycho O's was watching it recently, and he was like, when you think about it, Ruination and Scourge really don't do anything. They're just kind of there. And I was like,
oh, they're cool, damn it.
Yeah, they're just there to be cool. And he's like, yeah, that doesn't make them characters. I'm like, yeah, you're right.
They're cool.
They have personalities, but I also, Ruination just was like, no, we don't care about individual personalities. It's just one dude. I like it a lot. I have good nostalgia for it. It's not the best show, and that's why it's in B.
Will you say the Saban dub adds more fun to it, like the Digimon dubs?
I think it's like the Digimon dubs, where like you can watch either, but you're going to get some more jokes in the Saban version. I think Skybite.
Which honestly,
I think Skybite. I think Skybite is like 100% better in the Saban dub.
Yes, yes.
Blade Raider. The show's on YouTube. You can probably find it.
Shush, Santa. Shush.
I don't need to say that. There's multiple uploads.
We can't say that.
Technically we can because the show's not legally available anymore.
Yeah, but Hasbro, like,
sure. If Hasbro was watching my stuff, I have given them a lot of business advice, and I want to see it implemented. The thing is, next. You can find RID. The thing is that Psycho said, "Hey, hold on, I love Scourge and Ruination." Yeah, we all do. But you're right about them not having like that much to do. The Autobot brothers, I think, are.
I love the Autobot brothers. There's the 3 idiots. They all have the same brain cell.
I like all the characters, but it's not meant to be a mind blowing show. Armada. I'm going to give Armada an A.
Armada is great. I need to revisit.
I am taking into account that I've seen Micron Legends fixed animation, but I think Armada.
No. I think because I think people really overblow.
They do. It's only the early episodes of Armada. It's not even the whole show.
Yeah, no, because so many people overblow the Unicron Trade dubs. I'm like, they're not that bad.
No, they're
they
good.
Really are not.
They're just like run of the mill 2000s Canadian dubs.
Yeah, and and even when you ignoring the I can't even say bad, just early animation, the non-finished animation of Armada. I think the show looks great. Yeah. I love the character arcs. I think the human cast was fun. I think Armada's great. I really need to revisit because I haven't seen Armada in years.
I think last time I watched it was the Shout DVD, but it still holds in my brain pretty good.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Starscream alone boosts the show up so much.
Energon sucks.
Yeah, no, not these 60. No, Superlink. Superlink sucks.
Superlink's even worse.
Oh, really? Even worse?
Yes.
Like how much worse?
You want to talk about flat characters with no personality? Superlink. All the personality was added in Energon.
Which sadly, it's a lot of like meanness to it. That's why I didn't like Energon. It was so mean and jerky.
Psycho-O's. Put Energon in F. I would put Superlink in F, but Energon saves it to D.
Yeah, because the thing, Energon also has, I think there's some cool concepts in there. And I like the idea kicker and such, but like, man, it's messy.
The animation's rough. The characters are... The reason why so many people come off as jerks in Energon is because they have no personality in Superlink.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to know about the worst thing I've ever seen is the Superlink version of RC.
Oh, what? Is she just a blank slate?
Yes.
Or just girly girl?
Here's the thing. No, she is the living misogynistic lie of women.
What?
Because you know how she's like leading the Omnibots?
Yeah.
She literally says, "You must protect me at all costs. I am the woman and can't protect myself."
What? I hope that's like.
I hope that's bad subs, but like that is there's only one set of subs out there, so like I don't know for sure. But she is a complete like. She's just like, I'm weak and helpless. You have to protect me.
Yeah, I just think that's a sequel to Armada. I mean, I hate what they did to Starscream, especially.
What is it with Starscream not getting good reps in sequels?
Hey, look, RID are Stars. I think one of the good things about RID is I think they did pretty good with Starscream in RID 15.
There's at least that. All right, Cybertron gets an A.
It's a lot of bias.
It is. I will put bias in this too. I just think that I think this was Gonzo. The CG animation was a massive improvement over Energon.
No, yeah, I will defend Cybertron CG
Looks good.
with Beast War. I think especially for the anime industry in the time, the CG is really good. I mean, I think what adds to it is the sound design. Those clunky noises they have really give you the emphasis of weight. I love the characters. I love the characters. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, they're just one voice accent." No, there's some really good character arcs in there.
I like the accents. I wish we could get the accents back because it makes
I know, right?
You can immediately tell who's speaking because they have an accent instead of just robot voice.
I love Jetfire's my favorite Optimus, Gary Chalk. This is the show that made me this de facto Gary Chalk as Optimus. I love his voice on this show alongside David Cage as Megatron in this show. I love the human cast. I think Cody Iori and Bud were great human cast. I think the human stuff had some really great stuff. I
also think they didn't overthink the humans for once. They're just there.
Yeah,
they're helpful.
No, good. Yeah, they're helpful. Like I really like how they were. I mean, it's kind of because they really gave up Naruto Team 7, like Squad 7 Naruto vibes. Doesn't help the soundtrack for it. So that helps also, and I really like the government stuff and the galaxy travel. Some of my favorite. Like that's what I love about.
I also like Galaxy Force a whole lot too.
Yeah, I mean they're both equal. They're both equal. They're both equal. I think I prefer Cybertron because I like the changes. I like the accent. I like making Nitro Convoy female. Override.
Yeah,
it's so yeah. I mean,
which is so
cool
weird because remember they did the opposite to Air Razor for Beast Wars.
Yeah, but like I like it because it's so weird. Even though they changed Override to female, it just felt natural. It didn't feel like some weird change. It just felt like it felt natural having because we really know because they had the scene during the giant planet arc where you had the Override versus Thunderblast fight. And that was still in Galaxy Force, but just cooler having the two female bots fighting each other.
And I think it was great too because they didn't. It's not like they made Override a girly girl. They made her like kind of. They gave her like
a tomboy.
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 It was like it works. It fits.
Yeah, and the action, like this show. Maybe love Super Robot Mecha anime. The action
it's solid.
Is so great, and like those stock footage transformations. Damn it, I love them.
They're iconic.
They're just so cool.
Yeah.
Just that plus it's just a cool way to advertise the toys, like because they just transform like the toys.
Plus, it did my favorite thing. It got them the hell off of Earth.
Yep. No, that's what I love about it. It's just the galaxy travel of it.
I love it when they're not on Earth for Transformers.
Yeah. Transformers, Cybertron, Galaxy Wars will forever be my favorite show. That is a lot of nostalgia, but it's a lot of it. This is a lot of stuff that I love about Transformers came from Cybertron / Galaxy Wars.
Couch,
love it so much.
You got any Cybertron thoughts?
No.
Okay, cool.
Because I know you've seen some of the Yurikon trilogy, Cows, but which ones have you seen?
Yes, I did.
Do you remember which ones you've seen? Because I know Wheels jokes about you get all of them confused.
Yeah, because I get confused between Armada and Energon.
And
I saw Cybertron too. I just don't remember it.
Right. Stand up.
Yep, just responding to a message. Sorry.
All
right. Transformers. 2007 movie. I'm gonna give this one a B.
I think I rewatched the movies recently, and last year for Rise of the Beast.
Still,
I think that first movie is so good. It still has a lot of the Bayisms, I like to call it, but I think for a first film of like trying to the scope, like the grand scope of seeing the Transformers in live action and a human perspective, I think it's the best. I think the reveal scene is still, I think, legendary for the franchise.
I do think that reveal scene is. That's like probably the most influential thing that's come out of these movies in a lot of ways. I think it's good. It's good. It's a solid movie. When it first came out, I watched it so many times I can't watch it anymore. I've seen that movie.
Yeah.
I have seen that movie probably like literally 30 times because when it came out, I was in such a hype bubble that like once I had the DVD and the Blu-ray, I would just play it like all the time. So now I can't go back and rewatch it because I've seen it too much.
Yeah. Also, like this film did try to get all the Autobots' personality.
Yes,
I give you the command because the other movies don't.
It's the one live action movie of the base. It's the one Bay movie that actually have personality distinction between the. Autobots.
I mean all this. I mean all the Decepticons are all mooks, but like besides Sarge can make a turn, but still that's fine. Are we getting all the movies back to back, or
we're doing
are
them
we
all
doing
back to back? Revenge of the Fallen, I'm putting an F, and I'm going to tell you why.
He's racist for
if
one.
If a movie came out in a year beginning with the number 2, you should know better than to be racist.
You should.
I mean, besides the racist, it's just a mess of a movie.
I mean, it was written during a writer's strike by a director who was infamous for using cocaine on set. I mean, what do you expect?
Yep. It's a mess.
Everyone knows I'm not a fan of Michael Bay as a person because I have people I've known that have talked about that, like, you know, people have worked with him that have had good experience with him. I've known people, and there was one person in particular who was telling me about how he was a raving, screaming lunatic on the set of this movie because they worked on this movie, and that he was just yelling at everybody all the time. And
it did feel like that. I could get the energy from the film, honestly.
Yeah. Like, he wasn't, like, letting people do their jobs. He was just shouting at them through a megaphone all day. And they actually quit the movie because they're like, I'm not putting up with this anymore. They're like, they were well enough in the industry. They're like, I can get a job somewhere else. And then they said, I'll never work for Michael Bay again. Because it was just a horribly abusive experience. So every time I see Michael Bay stuff, I sort of grade on a curve. Because I try to take Michael Bay out of the equation. But, like, anytime I see a tweet where it's like, oh, Michael Bay talking about Transformers, I'm like, I don't want to hear what he has to say.
Yep.
Because it's not just one person that had that experience. I've had several people.
Also, the whole, like, Sam subplot with the Pretender Decepticon was ew.
Was that in Revenge?
Super Chat
I thought that was in...
Yeah, that was Revenge. Super Chat from Mateki. Here's $2. Make RIDS when Where's Beast's anime movie.
Oh, I've never seen the movie. That's why it's not on there.
Which RID?
The first one, I imagine. I'm not going to make it S, though. I love that show. 94, Revenge of the Fallen is the infamous Robot Balls.
Yep.
I thought that was funny when I first saw it, but I was also 14. Of course I thought it was funny. I was a teenager. Dark of the Moon. I'll put Dark of the Moon in.
It was better when I rewatch it. I think it still has a lot of the same mess. I feel like the whole. God, it was so violent.
It is.
At the end.
I think it was the first time, though, of the 3 Bay movies, I think it has the best action of that trilogy.
No, definitely. But
Michael Bay took the camera, because he kept filming like he was filming people and then putting giant robots in. You couldn't see what was going on. But this movie, it just pulled the camera back by like 20 feet. And you can actually see
the robot action.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like...
how many more do you have left?
A lot.
We're going to be blowing through.
You want to leave? You want to leave, Cass? Can.
You're free to go at any time you need to go, because I know you got your training and stuff.
I mean, this is the Me and Sound show right here.
I mean, you got any things you want to discuss on Transformers specifically? I'll bump stuff up for you.
No. I don't know what's there.
We still got Animated Prime, Rescue Bots, Cyberverse, the newer movies. Spark. I don't know what you've seen.
It's more than you thought, less than you hoped.
Okay, that makes sense. But you want to give any thoughts on Transformers before you have to go?
I mean, I still love them, and I hope Takara, does stuff with Diaclone, even though it's not Transform. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they do some cool stuff with Diaclone, though.
And I also hope Zoids comes back with a vengeance, because it looks like it is.
Yep.
Even though it's not Transformers yet, but no, it has a crossover Transformers.
It does, and Diaclone.
Yeah. yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Other than that, see you Tuesday, I guess.
Yes. Come hang out on Fighter Couse's. I'm gonna pull up his Twitch.
We stream. They stream King of Fighters. He's number one player in America.
With Soundout.
Yeah.
Soundout does show up.
I do show up.
Yeah. The only reason it's just I have to get
up early for your training and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us.
Otherwise, I would have stayed. And remember, the timestamps.
Thank you. I've forgotten 2 weeks in a row and asked him to remind me, so thank you. I won't forget this time. Appreciate it. All right, we'll see you later, Cass. We'll see you tomorrow for your King of Fighters. All right. Cool. All right. Oh God. Anyways, Dark of the Moon. Solid. Age of Extinction.
All right, so I used to like this film when I first saw it because it focused on the Transformers. And years go on, I disliked it more and more and more and more. And I got to the recent rewatch, but I fell asleep.
I'm going to put it in D, and I'm going to tell you a story, guys. You ready for
Not
this?
F? I mean, Sal, remember, this has the Romeo and Juliet scene. Are you
sure
right.
You want to play... Sorry, thank you. It goes to F.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, when a movie
I have
has
to tell you guys a story about this movie. I did not see it in theaters. I watched it at home on Blu-ray for the first time. I fell asleep 20 minutes in. I had to stop, rewind the movie, and then force myself to stay awake through the next 3 hours. Because for some reason it was long as hell. And I was like, I want to see dinosaurs. And then I got dinosaurs, and I was like, that wasn't worth it. I do not like this movie at all. It is so long.
It's so mean, Hoso. Like, I get the idea.
And I've never gone back and rewatched it. So I just want anybody going like, did you reconsider it later? No, I never wanted to rewatch it again.
Yeah, because I get the idea of the humans betrayed the Transformers and thus the Autobots want to get revenge, and that could be an interesting plot point. But it was just so mean spirited.
I think also, that would have been, if that was the problem with this movie and the next one is there's too many plots going on to the point where it always becomes white noise.
Also, Optimus Prime putting a gun to a human just instantly go hiss at that because that's just so...
Also, it was it should have just been the evil human storyline. I don't know why Lockdown was... I don't even remember what Lockdown did because I cannot remember this movie.
Because he was collecting Optimus for their create... Because it's not quintessent for the next movie, because I think it was just another plot line they dropped or changed.
Yeah.
With that. But that was the reason why Kelsey Grammer and Lockdown team up.
I remember Stanley Tucci there when I remember that one scene where he got the one F-bomb of the PG-13.
Yeah. I thought the All-Back cast was fine. I mean, Crosshair was just a jerk.
I didn't like the new Autobots at all, actually.
Yeah, I mean, at least it got some personality, which I didn't like them. Hound was just gunhead.
I think I only liked Hound because it was voiced by John Goodman.
Yeah, that's it. But he was just generic. I'm the gun guy.
Drift was racist. That was a racist.
Yeah, Drift was racist.
For sure. I did not like that.
No. And I mean, Mark Wahlberg's a slight improvement from Shia, but like, still not a great character.
Hey guys, can
And
we
again,
talk about 75 aspect ratios? Transformers
no,
last
that's
night.
also again one last kind of age distinction. When you have if you have a movie where a character throws a Romeo and Juliet love scene, you're instantly in the F tier because you're supporting something that's disgusting.
Yep.
All right, last night also.
I already put it in F. I'm going to debate this one. This movie is awful. It was so bad. I saw it in theaters with a friend, and it was so bad that I went home and told my parents, like, how was the movie? And I was like, it is so bad, I'm buying it on Blu-ray day one so you can see how bad it was.
No, why you should let your parents do it?
Because watching it at home with just me and my parents with the Blu-ray, we could laugh at this stupid-ass movie.
Well, you don't like the Transformers being related to King Alta?
No, I don't even have a problem with that so much as I have a problem with this movie having 5 separate plots every 10 minutes.
I know, right?
And like it's a complete mess.
Don't you don't love the Suicide Squad intro for the Decepticons that died immediately after?
I like that, and I thought they were going to stick around, but no, that was plot A. We needed to move to plot B.
Well, it was so Anthony Hopkins, dude.
I liked Anthony Hopkins just being drunk and going around with his murder robot. Like that was the only part that kept me going.
He's a headmaster. Oh, what about the pointless Nemesis Prime subplot that went nowhere?
How about the pointless the Autobots were here during World War II storyline?
I know, right? When PNG cut out the Transformers and historical pains that made me laugh when I rewatched the movie.
That movie was just I was like, I had to show my parents because it was so bad. I could not describe why it was so bad.
I think I will say this. I think I'll take Last Night over Age of Extinction because of how funny bad it is.
It is. It's also shorter. It has more plot lines going on, but it's like a half hour shorter, and that helps a whole lot.
The watch that killed Hitler. That's the watch that killed Hitler.
Anthony Hopkins says some funny shit in it. That's
hot. It's not hot rod. It's hot rod.
All right. Here's a question: am I gonna get crucified if I put animated in A and not S?
Really? Well, I mean, like, I love the show.
I love animated. I want to get this. No shade whatsoever. I love animated.
What's an S? What's an S so far?
Beast Wars in the movie. In the
movie, okay.
I love animated. It's great. And while season 3 was a good wrap up,
you clearly tell there's more.
There's more story.
Yeah, no.
And
definitely.
I also did not like the way this show treated Sidecast. I did not like what they did to RC. I did not like what they did to Blur. I did not like what was done with Ultra Magnus in the end.
Because with them, RC, I definitely understand the critiques, and I think sadly it's one of those things where I get the idea they're going. They want to do a tragic tale of war for Ratchet, but it's that sadly you have to sacrifice RC's character for that.
The problem is RC is just she isn't killed.
The plot MacGuffin.
But she's still fridged.
Yeah. She's a plot MacGuffin. That's what she. I think because again, I like that story I love.
Psycho said, "Oh wow, you didn't like how they treated the '86 cast." I didn't even make that connection until just now. But it's the same problem I have with other Transformers media, where like the '86 cast is like there, but they're the ones that have the bad stuff happen to them because they're not the original cast. It's like I know it's not the vibe, but it just always switches me out.
Totally, that is not the because when Magnus dying, I think they confirmed he's gonna be dead in season 4.
I think that's the problem I have too. Is there's a lot of characters that seemingly die but then aren't dead, but they never confirm one way or another.
I mean that's the tragedy of season 4 getting canceled. But Magnus dying, that is progressed the plot.
Good,
that's not meant to take
the problem I had was Magnus being a giant idiot.
I mean that's the commentary,
right?
It's there's no thing as war. What are you talking about? You know, Decepticons are dead. Blah blah. Like that's the whole point of the character.
I was like, the thing with Magnus about Magnus in G1 in '86 was that he was the sub commander for a reason because he was not the guy that needed to make every do or die decision, but he was smart and he paid attention to things.
Well, this is not G1 Magnus. This is a totally different.
But this is our first Ultra Magnus we got since G1.
R.I.D.
Okay, I forgot about Vegeta because he wasn't originally Ultra Magnus. He was
God Magnus.
Yeah, God Magnus. Because technically RIG was a G1 in the original production.
But still, like,
but the problem I have with it is that the role that Magnus played was a role that like a Sentinel Prime could have played.
But even at I think Sentinel Prime was a good rival because you have a commander. Because I don't think Magnus was supposed to be like. I don't think Magnus is like stupid. I think he just, it's clearly a case of a controlled, a case of a control leader. Because I think Magnus.
I think the other part that like bugs me about it is that I think what it is that like it's not so much that it's Magnus. I think it's just, and this may be because I've watched anime too many times. I've rewatched the show like 4 times. But it just starts the whole like there's no Decepticons thing coming out of Autobot Command is like the commentary of it. Mm-hmm. But the way that the command, like nobody in the command structure questioned any of it essentially.
Well, remember, because I think Shockwave as Logger is probably bullshitting them.
Yeah, he is. But the thing is, usually when you go to a complex storytelling idea like this, it's good to show that there was someone that was like, I'm going to look into this differently. I'm not going to trust this. There's always like, it's the...
I think that was the idea of Blur. He was the one looking into that stuff. And, because, I mean, it's one of those things where it shows how good of a villain. I think this Richard Shockwave was such a devious villain. He's the one, the puppet strings all.
You know what the sucky part is I wish that he was the main villain, because as soon as he becomes Shockwave and he's like, he drops the facade, he's like, and I'm going to kneel before Megatron, and I'm like, man, you could own. I think it's what it is that without season 4, some of these plot lines, especially from season 3, aren't finished. Because season 1 and 2 I think they were doing pairs of seasons. Because 1 and 2,
definitely
pair, like part A, part B. Season 3, we got half the story, and looking at the season 4 stuff, that's why I put it in A. And this is like we're splitting hairs here. It's still high up. It's still an A instead of S. But that's what holds it back from being S for me, is because it just needed that 4th season to really bring it all home.
I can't blame the staff because they didn't know.
Yeah, it's not their fault. Yeah, it wasn't a massive hubris situation like Symbiotic Titan either. This is no shade to because like people love Symbiotic Titan. I didn't vibe with it. I didn't watch it. That's whatever. But the more I heard about Symbiotic Titan, the way it got canceled, and then I found out that in 26 episodes the main characters never met the main villain, and I was like, "What? You thought you got 5 seasons off the bat?"
No, yeah, clearly, like I know people like to like say, "Oh, Symbiotic Titan." So much better than say like Ben 10, but like I think Gendy was going too like slow. Like like what made Ben 10 successful is they didn't take it that slow. Even Alien Force that was slower than Classic was too. Having Ben fight the hybrid in episode 1. But back to other Cartoon Network show.
Back to other Cartoon Network show. Yeah, another Cartoon Network show that got. And it's I think Animated got canceled because of Hub. As well.
No, it's Hub in the movie because I mean, I feel like, definitely. Yeah. Because it wasn't canceled for Revenge of. I think it wasn't canceled for Revenge of the Fallen. It was canceled for Hub and Dark and Moon because season 3 came after Revenge of the Fallen. I think
that's right. I forgot about that because it's 2009 and 2009. It was after. But the thing was the gap between season 2 and 3.
It was a year. It was a whole year.
A whole year, whereas the gap between season 1 and 2 was like a couple months.
Yeah.
And I think that was
But remember, the season 3 toys were like Scatterbrain or exclusive.
All of them were Toys R Us or just or they got canceled.
I think the only season 3 toy that wasn't exclusive was Jetfire, Jetstorm, and Waspinator.
Yeah,
I want to say.
Yeah, those are the only ones that made it into the main line. But yeah, no, that's right. They delayed the 3rd season's airing until after Revenge of the Fallen came out, which is what they should do. But anyways, there's a lot of stuff behind it. We need to move on. We're spending a little bit. I know. I know it's splitting hairs to put it in A instead of S.
This is what happens when you have 2 Transformers fans discuss.
I know. And I love it. I love Animated. It's an A for a reason. It's not like I'm not just throwing it in A to be mean. I'm just like it's just unfinished. I think that's Blade Raider says, I'm keep hoping for a comic season 4. Head writer's a comic writer. Let's make it a 12 to 13 issue run that covers season 4 as pitched. Maybe bit to tie. I would like that compared to like Allspark almanacs and storybooks and script pages and artwork. Like I love all that stuff too, but I would love it.
I mean, I much as I would love that, I think it's too late now. So much of his stuff has got leaked. I think there's no point of making a comic run at this point.
I mean, at this point, you could also like second draft.
I mean, essentially, Well, especially I think especially the passing of Derek J. Wyatt doesn't help. So he was such a creative head in that. I feel like if you do something like that, there'll be kind of a soul missing.
I think
from
so.
It.
I think it should have been done at the time, though. I think IDW should have immediately gone, let's do more. That being said, the animated comics that IDW did make sold so bad they canceled the 6th issue.
Yep. All right. Yeah,
All
Prime. I need to rewatch Prime. I haven't rewatched Prime. It aired.
I do not know if I'm gonna get shot for this. I don't care. It's an S tier show for me, and I'll tell you why. But go ahead.
Yeah, because I like Prime. I definitely like Prime a lot. I need to go back to it because I feel like I need to go back.
Season 2 is a little MacGuffin heavy.
Yeah, no, definitely. I remember it. Cause I remember a lot of Prime, definitely. But I need to get a fresh view of it because I like Prime. I just don't love it enough versus the other shows in this list.
Do you know why Prime gets the S tier over animated today?
Well, because it has a grand. Because that's the thing about Prime. I'll always plot for is its grandness, its scope, the music, the animation, everything. It is a high quality production. Even if I heard the behind the scenes were a nightmare.
It was a nightmare because everybody was trying to make it a high quality production.
Yeah, it is such a high quality production. I think it's more with Prime. It's just I prefer more of the lighter takes of like animated and Cybertron. I do, but I still like Prime. I think
Prime does a really good balance of the darker stuff and the more comedic stuff. Like Scraplets are terrifying but also cute. That was what Prime was
Moopsies. Yeah, Moopsies. I think the only thing I remember one thing about Prime, I remember not vibing fully was just I'm not a big fan of. Because Optimus was kind of stuck in movie mode of monologuing in this show.
But then Frank Welker coming back as Megatron and giving a completely different performance than he did in G1 was amazing.
I mean, my favorite part of Prime is just the Decepticons.
They elevate it a lot.
Because unlike a lot of the fandom, I'm actually more of an Autobot guy than a Decepticon guy, but I think this is one of the shows where I think I like the Decepticon cast more. But the Autobot cast, I like Bulkhead, I like Bulkhead and Ratchet are my favorite. RC's fine. I just didn't jive with her that much. And Bumblebee didn't talk. And Prime was just, I am the leader.
I love the humans, though.
No, I think Jack, Nico, and Raph are great. I think they're
not
good.
only them, Agent Fowler and the mom.
Is the man. Yeah, Jack's mom. Strong human cast.
Jack's mom hitting on Optimus Prime at every turn was the kind of stuff that we need in the Transformers.
Thank you, Braver, for bringing back robosexuals.
Yeah. No, I loved it too. Like, I loved what they did with the Megatron and Optimus backstory, kind of revealing it through Optimus losing his memories in Season 2. I thought that was a cool way to do it. I liked that it brought over some of the best stuff of the movies, and then just kind of improved on it.
I think with me with Transformers Prime, with me with Transformers Prime is more I get kind of annoyed at it sometimes because I feel like this is kind of the de facto show where people say this is the best Transformers show because it's serious and it's like the movies and
I say
blah,
it's
blah,
the
blah,
best Transformers show because from a
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about like other like the comment like the casual watchers.
The real reason is the best Transformers show is because it was given a chance to complete its story. Even if Season 3 was a little bit quicker than they wanted to, it did have a chance to finish its story. The production quality is consistent. There's no production quality drop-off, which is a problem with a lot of the shows. The voice cast is this may be controversial. This is the best voice cast a Transformers show has ever had.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think it's such a good because especially how a lot of actors they got, like movie actors they got, they were great. I think it helps that a lot of the actors they got were also voiced. I mean, Jeffrey Combs is fantastic.
Jeffrey Combs is fantastic. Also, when I talked to Jeffrey Combs, I did find out they did group record the show. All the Autobots
which makes it super natural
together instead of them being individual, and I think that helped a lot.
So, Boneby, what do you think? Just have a radio with
yeah.
But yeah, no, I really want to go
Hudson as Agent Fowler, Tony Todd as Dreadwing, Gina Torres as Arachnid.
I mean, Clancy Brown as Stryker, or was it
Cypher?
Cypher. I think the Cypher stuff, some of the best human villains we got in the franchise.
Great stuff. Frank Welker is like on the top of his game here. Steve Bloom as Starscream is so good that Earthspark coached him.
Brian. I mean, Knockout.
Darren Norris as Knockout.
The most fruitiest Transformers of all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just the quality and the caliber of actor they got and the quality and caliber of voice direction those actors got made this show incredible.
Yeah, no.
Wasn't John Noble Unicron too?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, like it was just like it was not just a who's who of who is in kids animation voice acting like some of the other Transformers shows were. And no offense to them, but it was a who's who of acting from both, traditional voice actors to on-screen actors who also do voices, from people who are guest stars to people who are regulars. Like it was just, there was people from movies and shows. It was like they were grabbing the best people for each part they could that were available, regardless of their status or if their name could be thrown up on a poster.
Yeah, Prime. Yeah, I think Prime is a great show. I want to go back and rewatch it. I could give a fresh opinion. I think for me it'll be A, but it's still high A. I think it's still a great show. It's just more. Prime is not what I look for in Transformers, but it's still a good show. It's at the end of the day. As such. So what do you think of Predacons Rising? Predacons Rising as an ending.
It's gonna get a B, and I'll tell you why. I like it as an end. I love all the ending epilogue stuff. Love that. I was not exactly sure why we were introducing new Predacons in the final part of the story.
It's called, oh crap, Hasbro wants us to advertise the toys. We didn't advertise any of the toys in our third season because of money. We should probably do that.
And then the two they put in don't even look like their toys.
Yeah. Transformers Go advertise the Beast toys better because that's the whole point.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I think Prime Predacon Rising I like, but I think part of it I think a lot of it should have been longer, or I'm not sure longer film, or honestly just a more. I think it was like I kind of wish they had a Cyberverse thing where it's like two specials instead of one special.
And they could have worked with like where did Starscream and Shockwave go and stuff.
And stuff like that. I love Knockout's heel turn.
I like a lot of it. It's a good ending. It's like
the final shot is beautiful. Like Prime Sacrifice.
I think the whole finale. It's a great finale that just it's like too long to just be a great finale because they shoved the extra Predacons in, and it's too short to really explore those extra Predacons. I think that's the only fault of it.
Yeah.
Does that make it an A, or is B fine?
I think B is fine because it's not perfect, but it's still good.
Yeah. All right. I haven't watched Transformers Go in full for years. Nobody subbed the last three.
It's a toy commercial, but part of me kind of likes it because how much of a toy commercial it is.
I like it the way I like Robot Masters, where it's like it's fun.
It's smash your action figures together scenario. Also, it's kind of just give me nostalgic for the Unicron trilogy of using the toy models.
Explain why Transformers Go is A in however many letters you can fit in a
besides being mecha, pretty much.
I know, it's fun mecha. I haven't watched Rescue Bots or Rescue Bots Academy.
I really do want to watch them. I think I want to do my Prime rewatch. I'm going to rewatch it. It's good stuff. They're good stuff. I heard nothing but good stuff about them.
Yeah.
They're good. Like
I heard they're
not even.
Yeah.
I mean, from what I've been told, they're not even like preschool shows. They're just a younger audience series. Like if Prime is like
Curry on Rescue Bots.
Yeah. If Prime is like a 10 to 12, Rescue Bots like an 7 to 8.
It's like Prime's like older kids, teens. Rescue Bots is younger kids, preschool. Like
it's not preschool. Yeah, it's not preschool.
It's not literally preschool, but like the toy line was preschool. But the show itself is solid from everything I've seen.
Alrighty, 15, hopefully.
See.
Do you want to call? Do you like to see the reset button to show?
All right. So, do you know why it took me 6 years to finish the show?
Because no one develops because they keep resetting.
Yes.
That was my problem.
When season 1 ended, it ended so conclusively that I was like, oh, I wonder what they're going to do in season 2. And then season 2 came out. Okay, and I finished season 2 as it aired weekly, and then it ended. And then season 2.5 aired, and I DVR'd the entire thing.
God, that gap, I remember when that was coming out. The gap was in air. It was so confusing.
Season 2.5 comes out, and I DVR the entire thing. Then I cut my cable cord, get rid of my DVR with the episode still on it, unwatched.
Oops.
Then season 3, Combiner Force, gets announced to be airing. And I'm like, oh, that's right. I didn't go watch season 2.5. So then I go watch season 2.5.
I don't think I ever watched the rest of. I think I watched the finale. I watched the series finale, but I don't think I ever saw the rest of season 3 of Art Red 15. I know.
Well, here's the funny part.
I realized that I never fit.
Okay, so I watched.
I saw the Soundwave episode, and then I saw the finale. That's it.
I saw season 2.5 when season 3 went to air. Okay. I then said, wow, it feels like they hit the reset button at the end of every season. I'll just wait for season 3 to be completely out, and then I'll watch it. Do you know when I watched it?
Was it
Cyberverse season 2?
Season 2.
That's how long it took. Because every time I go to sit down, I'd be like, oh, I need to watch Transformers. And I'd watch Cyberverse when Cyberverse came up. The thing was, I kept forgetting there was a season 3 because of how conclusive season 1's ending was, season 2's ending was, and season 2.5's ending was.
We talk about reset button, but we not even see them with episodes. Strong Arm and Sideswipe keep being taught the same lesson every episode.
And that's why season 3, I cannot tell you what happened, because I had to burn through it before my retinas exploded from the fact I was watching them go through the same exact arcs every single episode, and for some reason spending 3 episodes in completely brown color schemes.
Oh yeah, because they had the whole camouflage
They spent
thing.
3 episodes in the desert camo, and they were in the water. I was like, what? Is this a budget saver? Because everybody's brown?
It can't be, because it's just a different texture.
It was a Monster of the Week show, and I think that was a fine experiment for Transformers, but the thing about Monster of the Week shows is that characters have growth.
Yeah, and that's RD-15. I also dislike how they handle Bumblebee and Optimus in the show. Because I like the idea of Bumblebee, you know, that he just doing Hot Rod's thunder. But I like the idea of Bumblebee leading his own team. Boy, when Optimus comes back, it's a mess. I hate
Optimus
how they handle that.
never come back. He had no business coming back. I also didn't like. I liked Windblade that was in the show, but like early on, Windblade I thought was cool. Season 2 and 3 Windblade, I don't know why they were just like, she's a controlling bitch. Like, it was weird. Her personality changed. And, like, in Season 3, she was just, like, bossing everybody around like she was leader. I'm like, what are you doing? You weren't like this in Season 1?
Yeah, no. Because I liked that first episode of Windblade. But, everything else was that.
Also, for a Prime sequel, it certainly didn't have many connections to Prime.
Yeah, no. I really, because... I mean, we only got Ratchet and Bulkhead, and that's it. No RC, no girls allowed.
They did put there was an RID comic that IDW put out that brought all the Transformers Prime characters back.
Even the kids, even Jackie.
The humans weren't, no. But they brought back RC and Bulkhead and Ratchet even before they showed up in the show and everything. And Smokescreen was even in it.
Oh yeah, poor Smokescreen got left behind. I think some of the better episodes is the Prime sequel stuff. Like the Ratchet, I think Ratchet was really good. I like the Soundwave episode a lot. And the
Rescue Bots Blur tie-in was weird though.
Yeah, because that goes like, where in the how does the timeline work? Because it's supposed to be some years after Prime, but Rescue Bots I think there is some kind of time, because I know the main humans age in Rescue Bots, but like what is the gap?
But it's supposed to be like 10 years between Prime and RID.
Yeah, so
at least according to the comic. And yet somehow within the same 4 seasons of Rescue Bots, you have Prime, and Blur showing up to meet Sideswipe. Very strange.
Yeah, I mean, that was so cool. I like that. I mean, I wish we got that again. Yeah. I thought that was kind of cool when they did that.
I like interconnected continuity.
Yeah,
I wish Hasbro did.
Red 15 is a frustrating show. I think overall it's a fine show, but when we connect to Prime, and then when you don't binge a show, you'll lose your mind. I thought the villains were okay. Like some of the Monster of the Week villains were fine. I think Steeljaw was pretty fine.
It was a lot of cool designs wrapped up in
Megatronus. Megatronus was a nothing villain.
What the hell was Megatronus even? Starscream was great.
Yeah, that search was great.
The Soundwave thing was cool because that actually did follow up on a plot thread from Prime. I thought it was funny. They broke Soundwave out of the Shadow Zone, then put him right back in the same episode.
And then somehow he got swole in between.
Yeah, then somehow his design completely changed next time. I like that he showed up in his Prime design because it made sense. He wouldn't change in the Shadow Zone. But,
How you feel about the Cyclonus Cybertron guard main villain, final villain
I don't even
thingy?
remember that.
Because I like the idea of like a inner council corrupting Cybertron. I just wish that was actually the main plot of the whole series instead of just the final arc.
You know what I do remember about season 3?
What?
The Autobots learning how to combine into their combined
Megazord?
form.
Their Megazord form.
You remember that episode of Earthspark where Aftermath
Aftermath and yes, and
that
Jawbreaker
is,
feud.
I swear to you, a beat-for-beat remake of the episode of the Autobots learning to combine in RID 15.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
They went through the same exact gags, the same exact jokes, the same exact format, and the same exact moral. I was just like, my God, I've not felt this much whiplash since... Yes, Spider-S Prime, we're still alive. I've not felt that much whiplash since I was watching Beast Morphers recycle Ninja Steel plots.
Yeah.
All right. No offense to anybody like the Machinima shows, but nope.
They're horrible. I hate them.
I wanted to gouge my eyes and ears out. That was
bad animation, bad voice directing, because there's good voice actors, just bad voice direction.
Also,
and bad
why
plot.
were they all rendered in the wrong frame rate?
Yeah, I know, right? I think Titans Return and Power Run 6 that, but Commander was
They didn't fix it by much. It's still the same issue. It felt like they animated it at 60 and then rendered it at
slowed it down. Yeah.
They rendered it at 20. They probably animated at 60 and rendered it at 24 because everyone's punches were all like, and they're probably like, oh, it's on a mobile app that you can only see on a phone, so who cares?
Yeah, but I hated the writing of these shows. The only good character is Megatron. He's the only one that has fun in this show. Optimus was a sad sack. Windblade is like generic, like rage woman, angry, wants revenge woman. I hate what they did to Hot Rod. As someone who loves Hot Rod,
I hate what they did with Optimus Primal.
Oh yeah, I don't know what they were trying to do with him.
I don't know. He was like some envoy of the Allspark, and I'm like, what the hell?
Or something like that. Really, Cheetor. They did that better with Cheetor in Cyberverse.
And then they
Megatron is the biggest simp ever for Solus Prime.
Yeah, they were just copying Thanos being a simp for death.
No, you're right. I never realized it. I hate how they did Overlord. I hate how they did Overlord.
And then, like, not only was Windblade all the sexist tropes that women characters go through.
Revenge woman tropes, yeah.
Freaking Victorion was Fridge.
Yep.
And I hated what they did with Predaking and Volcanicus. Like, that was just so...
stupid. So stupid.
Alright, Cyberverse, though, that's an A show.
Cyberverse is
temptingly S, but I'm not going to put it in S. It's not that good.
Cyberverse is forever, I would say, the perfect beginner. Like, if someone sees Transformers 1, I would recommend them Cyberverse. It is the perfect entry-level show.
They
tell you everything you need. Is a fun grab bag, fun characters. I actually, even though animation is clearly on a budget, I like the style a lot.
Yeah.
It's a fun style. I love
and it didn't have production dips. It was cheap to begin with, and it was cheap when it ended. And that's honestly good. I would much prefer that to like Earthspark, where season 1's animation was great, and then season 2's was like a.
My favorite thing about the show is it developed. Like they didn't need to develop the show, but we saw the transition from war to peaceful Cybertron in a natural state. I love Soundwave and Hot Rod's friendship. That's some of the coolest thing ever.
Oh, I know.
Is their friendship from the Quintesson War. Oh, the Quintesson arc. One of my favorite arcs in Transformers.
How about Union Leader Trypticon?
I love him so much. Yes. He's best boss.
He's the best boss.
I love like Clobber. Keep Clobber, please.
I'm so glad we got a Grimlock that wasn't just me Grimlock. Or
I love
because RID 15 had a Grimlock that wasn't me Grimlock, but it wasn't also Grimlock at all. It was like a completely different character. With the Grimlock
love
name,
Starscream. I love Starscream's therapy section of Channeltron X, and then just becoming a power god Titan Quintesson. I love his perspective was so cool. Like the fact he lost his eyes and he didn't repair them at the end of the show. He's still blind. That's so cool. I love
the
it.
Development. You watch Cyberverse, and you will actually see the show progress, the characters change and develop, and the story move forward. And that's more than I can say for a lot of shows that are only 11-minute episodes. Yeah, like, it's really impressive.
Ruins the main Racker ruins like recurring character.
Yeah, it was never a show I watched weekly. What I would do is I'd wait till the season was over and then just binge it in one go because it was short enough. I could just do that.
I mean, it's such a cool grab bag of so many characters. Also. The show made me care for Dead End. I never cared about any of the Stunticons, but Dead End was a cool dude.
Yeah.
instead. I love his like gay hate his gay hatred for Astro Train in
Yeah.
the show.
All right, we got to move on because I'm getting tired.
Yeah. But no, it's just at the end of the day, Cyber's just fun.
Cyber's
It's a fun show.
I wish it wasn't so overlooked. It
I
was
know,
also
right?
like simulcast on YouTube. It was like set up perfectly.
It's great.
All right, Bumblebee. I'm gonna give Bumblebee an S tier, and that's because that is a solid movie.
No, it is. I think
it is a little Iron Giant-y, but that's never a problem for me.
You know, because I think it's just a good movie. I like the movie. It's just a good, comfy vibe movie.
I will
like
say,
it a lot.
As good of a movie it is kind of weak in the Transformers movie department.
No, definitely. No, definitely.
It is humans first, Bumblebee, Iron Giant.
It's just good the humans are likable. It's the big thing.
The humans are likable, and I like them. I like John Cena's character.
I like John Cena.
Yeah.
I like John Cena's movie.
I will say the thing is, all this Transformer stuff is kind of side, and that's like where it makes it, because we're ranking quality, right? Quality-wise, it's really solid. As a Transformers movie, it's kind of weak because a lot of the Transformers movie, all the Transformers elements, that whole Cybertron prologue was added after the movie was filmed. It was a reshoot thing. Optimus wasn't in the movie at all originally, and Shatter and Dropkick, that scene with Shatter and Dropkick and Cliffjumper, that was added later too.
I like Shatter and Dropkick. They're a great duo. Like I kind of wish they became recurring characters.
Yeah, this movie plays a lot like, and because it's set in the 80s, it plays a lot like the 80s like ET tropes, and I think that was fine. I think it worked. I liked it. All right, Rise of the Beast. This is my favorite live-action movie, but I can only give it an A because it does have some messy production aspects.
It's a mess of a movie.
Yes,
but I like it.
I like it.
Yeah, it's a mess.
It's like everything that Michael Bay was trying to do, but just kind of like locked in. they pared down the cast. They made it more focused. It's still got its insane portal in the sky death machine stuff. Though.
Yeah, is it cliche? Is it cliche? Is the villain speak? All that. Yes.
Yep.
It's fun. It's a fun popcorn movie.
There is nothing offensive in this movie, and that's more than I can say for the previous 5.
And that's the also I would defend Rise of because I think legitimately Noah and Mirage are great protagonists.
Yes.
I think those two are great. I think Noah's one of the best human protagonists we got in the series, and I think I love Mirage. It's brave. It's being braver in 2023 edition.
And personally speaking, I think this was Peter Cullen's best performance.
Yeah,
like he was just locked in, and the thing was because the director kept working with him on lines and like asking him like, "What do you think Optimus would say in this situation?" Like there was a lot of cool behind the scenes stuff.
I know some people don't like Optimus this way, but I would defend it because it's nice to see Optimus on an arc.
Yeah,
on an arc.
He goes from this arc of like we need to kill everything to wait, no, we need to actually work together.
I know some people are like, but he killed Scourge. That's like the bait. Like, he's fighting an Age of Satan.
Yeah, exactly.
I think there's an exception for the no-kill rule is when he works for Satan.
Blade Raider said it really good. Bumblebee and Rise of the Beast are good movies. Rise of the Beast is one small rewrite away from being really great. Yep.
I think definitely they need to find a way to put the Maxwells better in because they definitely feel shoehorn in.
I like how Air Razor's like, I have a full character arc here, and I have a full arc, and I'm like, cool. And then Optimus Primal's like, I have a half arc. Cheetor is like, I have lines, and Rhinox is moo.
Rhinox is like, yeah, lines, I gotta take it away.
Yeah, exactly. I also would have loved the transit scene if it was kept. I understand why they took it out though, but it would have been cool to keep the transit scene.
Are you part of Transit Nation?
I guess I am. Because the thing is, the reason they cut the transit scene is that they were like, we think audiences might be off-put by Optimus just murdering somebody in the first 5 minutes of this movie. They're like, that's a little too hard to start with our hero character just like killing a Decepticon because he's mad. Like they're like, yeah, that's a little too much. And I agree, and there was no way to insert it at any other point in the movie. It had to be at the beginning. Otherwise, it just
I am looking forward where this universe goes with the G.I. Joe crossover.
I'm just worried it's going to be too many characters again. That's
the biggest fear. But that's my biggest fear. But I just want to see. I want to see it. I want
to see it too. All right. Time for some more trash to load into the F tier. I have nothing good to say about the War for Cybertron trilogy.
I hate them. They're
can get some passes because they were a small service. This was Netflix.
This was Netflix and Polygon Pictures.
Yep. There is no excuse for how bad those turned out. The voice direction is the worst voice direction I've ever seen in my entire life, or ever heard in my entire life. Which is so funny because
they're all good actors.
They're all good actors, but everyone has to take dramatic pauses on
I feel bad because I feel like people look.
Line.
I feel bad because people are gonna, when they think Jake Fushi, they're just gonna think of this and not Cyberverse. I think he did some good stuff in Cyberverse, but his direction was so horrible. The direction was so horrible in Morphin Cybertron.
Direction was terrible. It's not based on the game's LPH, and we don't have time to get into how many times Transformers reused the same words to make everything confusing.
I mean, how low was the budget? I can't stand moments where we need to get away. Two characters just ride on top of another character's vehicle mode. Like, how low of a budget were you? You're using the toy CAD models. Why couldn't you scan them in?
It was like, and the thing is too is there would be a bunch of times characters would just be running at a slow jog away, and I'm like,
I know.
Transform, roll out,
and how they the tone is just not what I want for Transformers. I have some nitpicks about Primus tone sometimes, but this is the worst.
It was more dour than Beast Machines, which is saying something.
Yeah, okay, it's a war, but come on, this doesn't need to be like just sad, like dourness to show.
If I had a penny for every time an adult AIM Transformers show was exclusive to a streaming service and was kind of crap and used the Beast Wars characters badly, I have 2 pennies.
Such a mess. They're such a mess because the problem with the Beast Wars guys, I don't know what they're trying to do with them. Are they descendants or alternate timeline?
I think they're just shoehorned in because Hasbro decided last minute that Studio Series could have animated stuff. Like
they were so poorly described. I don't know what they were trying to go with them.
Also, what the hell did they do to Air Racer?
I forgot what they did. I hate what they did to Skylings. I love Skylings.
You want to talk about... People say Air Razor was fridged in Rise of the Beast. I disagree. She served a purpose to the plot, and it wasn't just to give male characters grief. That's the definition of fridging, is when a character or a female character is disabled or killed in order to give male characters angst and grief. That's not what they did with her in Rise of the Beast. There was like an arc and a storyline with it. What they did with her in Kingdom had Optimus screaming at the top of his lungs that we have to get Air Razor back. She's so important to us.
Wait, which Optimus? Primal or Prime?
Primal. Primal was just like, and also like Alita was treated poorly in this too.
I hate the ending so much.
But and then Air Razor was like, you know what? Maybe the Predacons got a point. I'm just like, girl, you're kidnapped. What are you doing?
Wait, what was Scorponok in this series? I'm looking at the cast.
Scorponok was in Earthrise.
Was he the leader of the bounty hunters, or was that dude the Skyling? Was that the Skyling stuff?
That was Skylings. No, Scorponok I think was just a giant scorpion they ran into. I don't even think he was a character.
No, I'm looking at photos. He has a robot mode.
Oh, I don't. See, that's the thing too. I watched these all, but I don't want to remember them.
I don't either. It's so bad. I'm so glad that Legacy show got banned. It was going to be the same quality as this,
and they were going to ruin Straxus. I mean, ruin my chances at a good Straxus toy. But now I got a good Straxus toy, so it all worked out. Blade Raider, that's a good point. As Blade Raider said, I would change how Rise of the Beast Air Razor died, but not that she died. Yeah, because I think her death actually is like a big motivating unison moment for the Maximals, the Autobots, and the humans to all work together.
Yeah, is it a bit fridging? Yeah, a little bit, but like I think it's not too bad.
I think because she wasn't romantically involved with any of the Maximals.
Yes.
It kind of it skirts the line, but it's not like Gamora and Black Widow in.
I think also she died trying to save. Also, she died to save the others.
Yes.
She wasn't just killed.
It was a self-sacrifice thing. It wasn't. Yeah. It was her choice, right? She was like, "No, I gotta die because this infection's not going to go away."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Blade Raider says in Kingdom, Air Razor has the most screen time with Dinobot. Why does Rat Trap talk to Dinobot about his death and Air Razor has no lines? I don't know. Anyways, I didn't watch BotBots.
I watched an episode. It was fine. It's cute. It's cute. It's cute kids like show.
It was 10 episodes, and then there was supposed to be a season 2. Never materialized.
I think the toy line was canceled at that point.
Yeah.
At that point.
We can't officially rank Earthspark because it's not done yet.
I think going back to BotBots, because I think the problem with BotBots it came so late. The toy line was like
the toy line was canceled, clearanced, and out of stores, and then now they're making a show. I was so confused. I was so confused when BotBots the show got announced, and I was like, my stores don't have the toys anymore. What do you mean it got a show now?
Yeah, but as it shows up, it's a cute show.
Yeah.
No complaint.
All right, Earthspark, we cannot rank it yet, but I want to summarize by saying Earthspark Season 1 is one of the freshest, most energizing new ideas for Transformers. Season 2 is Welcome Back RID 2015.
Season 1, I'll put an S tier.
Yep.
Magical stuff. Some of the best stuff. I love the Autobots. Love the Motos themselves. Some of the best human cast there. Some great annihilation of it's a good political talk or discussion talk about is it right to imprison these people for what they believe in. All that's the ghost. That Mandroid was a great villain.
The layers they gave to the Decepticons is stuff I've never seen before.
I know the layers to the Decepticon. The human villains are really great. I love Ghosts. I think Ghosts and Mandroid were great villains. All this stuff. Season 2.
And then the showrunners quit because of the pressure and the stress, and then now we got Season 2, where they went to a lower quality animation studio, go back to relic hunting. The Decepticons are evil because... And that's literally a line in the show. Oh, the Decepticons went back to being evil because they're Decepticons. And I'm like, did you
the first minute! In the first minute!
First minute. It already turned me off. I stopped watching, and then I had to go back later.
It was so... It was like watching... I watched the day it came out. It was so...
It regressed. It immediately regressed. And it was relic hunting, Decepticons are evil, we have to get this thing before the Decepticons do. And I'm like, that was every episode of RID 2015.
Watching Season 2 when it first came out, I was kind of in denial after I finished that batch, going no, am I wrong not liking this? I checked Twitter, the Transformers community, and they're all wait, what? Why was it like? So I'm oh, okay, I'm not the only one then, because I was so flabbergasted, flabbergasted. Oh, super chat from Mateki.
Yes.
So here's to put towards Sparking Zero.
I will. Thank you very much.
That's the Chaos budget. That's the Chaos. We need to have we should have a donation goal for Chaos getting Sparking Zero.
I also need a donation goal for Sparking Zero because now Hasbro just wrecked my plan.
Thankfully, I have a budget for Sparking Zero.
I'm glad you do because I had a budget for Sparking Zero, but now I got to buy a Marvel Legends wave a month early. Yep. But thank you, Mateki. Here's the thing. We've got. I wanted to rank the Trigger short as an SS S tier, but it's too short. I just put it here for funsies.
What S?
It's beautiful. I'm just not going to put it officially because it's cheating. Transformers 1 is S tier.
We're not going to talk too much because it's new.
It's new. Yeah. Not every region.
It's not even out.
If you are a Transformers fan, you need to see this movie. Oh my god.
The marketing. I want to slap someone at Paramount for that marketing.
Yes. The marketing has downplayed. This is not a complete comedy fest.
It's not kids.
It's not a kiddie movie. It is a family film. But you may want to watch it before you show your kids. There's some intense stuff in the third act.
Some intense. I
saw Dan Larson saying his kids are 6 and 7, and he was like, it was a little intense for them.
I get the robots, and because it's a classic, oh, the robots, you can do anything what you want with them. But my God,
it is. I think it's the best fleshed out origin of Optimus and Megatron we've ever seen. I think starting the story from before they were Optimus and Megatron, not going back and doing the story later like we've seen other times. We do not know these versions of Optimus and Megatron. Therefore, seeing the story go into it, we know what's going to happen. But we don't know when and how it's going to happen, and that adds a lot of tension, so it solves the prequel problem.
If you're a Transformers fan, you kind of know where to go, but it's how they get there is important.
Exactly. And there is so much love, care, and attention put into this. It's not a G1 nostalgia fest. It is incorporating elements from almost every Transformers series.
It's not like a cameo like Mario movie. Oh, I recognize that thing from the franchise. No, it's not. It's
so beautifully done, and the third act might be the best third act I've seen in a movie in
some gorgeous animation by this and Ultraman Rising. My God, Industrial Light and Magic. Please do more animated films.
My mom has watched a lot of Transformers with me, but last night she was talking to me about this movie for a whole hour because we were discussing the characters, and the dynamics, and the storylines, and the way that things play out.
Some great commentary about classism and your body and all that stuff. Great stuff.
It's amazing. Honestly, I highly recommend checking it out.
Great villain. I won't say who the villain. We're not gonna say who the villain is, but great twist villain. Great villain.
There's a lot of. for me speaking, and I was talking to Ryan this before the show. This is the most grand scale thing Transformers has done since Prime, because like we talked about, love Cyberverse, love Rise of the Beast, love Bumblebee. They all either have really great intimate character stuff or really big grand scale, but not both. And Transformers 1 has both, the way that Prime had both.
I think it's also the perfect entry point.
Yes, absolutely perfect entry point. I want this movie to be the template for the franchise going forward. If Hasbro is watching, please
don't kill us.
Please look at Transformers 1 as the template for how the franchise should be handled going forward. Because this is... It is taking everything that's great about all Transformers that came before it and really boiling it down and making it work itself in to just a beautiful film. And I want this attention to detail, this quality to continue.
I love Blade Raider. I was telling my brother that the volume was a bit much for my nephew, but he only cared if Prime flipped the bird or not.
Prime did not flip the bird on screen. His figure did transform. Not on screen, but it did transform.
I think Blade Raider. I recommend TF1 as a good film, not as a TF film. Yeah, no, yes. This is just a great film in
general.
Great
movie. When we do the ranking of all the movies I've seen this year in December, I'm already going to tell you it's getting high marks. Because, again, this is on the scale of Transformers movies, but it is... I put it up there in my S tier already. I'm thinking about my S tier as is. It's up there with Dune. It's up there with... other movies I've seen this year that I can't remember because it's late and we can talk about Transformers forever.
It's such a great movie.
It's great. Please go see it. If you can see it in theaters, great. If you can't, catch it on digital streaming.
I think it's such a you go back to the stream where we talked about when the first trailer came out and how down we were on this movie.
We were like, I hope it's good.
It was a surprise because we were both very down this week because that first year was just so bad.
And I will say, as a longtime Transformers fan, the first 2 acts of the movie was like, oh, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. Yeah, neat use of elements. Oh, that's cool. They brought that from that. Oh, that's cool. They took that from that. Yeah, this is a neat way to do it. And then the third act, I was like, oh my god, I love Transformers. Mm-hmm. That third act, it takes for some time to kind of get to that, but the journey was worth it. And so even as like Transformers, and we probably be like, oh well, this part of the movie wasn't as good as this thing. I think the overall package was one of the most solid things I've ever seen.
Yeah,
in this franchise.
No, definitely.
And it's something I felt like has been lacking since Prime, of that ability to do intimate stories that have grand consequences, because it's been one or the other, or neither, with the case of War for Cybertron or Power of the Primes. Anyways. I love Transformers, and Transformers 1 plus the Studio Trigger short both reminded me why I love it. And doing this tier list reminded me why I was feeling down on it. Looking at the F tier. Looking at that F tier. Right there. Look how much stuff.
To be fair, I know a lot of those are the ones that purely aim to adults, I know this.
I know, right? But it just... A lot of that was recent, too. That was all in the last decade, from Age of Extinction to now, right? And
I mean, even you clump the 2, the Cybertron and Prime shows together, it's still, that's a good chunk.
But even then, you got RID in C, you got Predacons Rising in B, you got, Rise of the Beast, Bumblebee, Cyberverse are the exceptions, right? Mm-hmm. And then Earthspark. We're gonna have to decide Earthspark's fate when we see the rest of season 2.
Season 2.
We can't judge it now because we've only seen half of season 2. But if I were to rank it off half of season 2, it's a B right now.
The B, if it was solely just season 1, yes, but
yeah, season 1 S, season 2 is like a C, so together they make B.
Yeah.
If this back half of season 2 is amazing, it might move up to A. If the back half of season 2 is crap, it might move down to D. We're going to have to see how it goes. I don't know how it's going to work out. But that's the Transformers tier list. It's time to get out of here. We've been going way longer than I thought we would. But
you tell we like Transformers a lot?
We like our transforming robots. And you won't get me to hear me talk about Transformers this much for a while, unless you want me to rank the Marvel comics by their story arc, because that's still the best Transformers comic. Don't fight me. It's time to get out of here, though.
I mean, Skybound is getting up there.
Skybound's getting up there. And they only had 12 issues, so, but because it's no offense to any of the IDW stuff, but I think every IDW comic ran like a little too long and got a little too messy for me.
Will you want to do a reread of IDW one day, just to get like a fresher opinion on that?
Well, here's the thing.
I know that's a lot, but still, I think there's still good stuff in it.
There's some still good stuff in it. The problem is with the IDW is I read it as it came out, and I constantly dropped it. I read like those early miniseries, like those Phase 1 miniseries, right? I liked a lot of those. That one ongoing they did, that was...
Was it Lost Light, Matumti, or
it was before
Raid?
the split. It was before the split. It was just...
Transformers, was it?
It was just called Transformers, yeah. That one was I thought that was good. The split, I stuck with the split for about 8 issues on either side, and then kind of just dropped it.
Oh, you didn't like Matumti? Because I love Matumti.
I liked it, but I didn't love it. And by that point, I'd been reading for like 4 or 5 years of Transformers comics, and it just felt like I just started burning out. Have you read all of it at least? No, and then the thing is, that was the last time I read it monthly. Then after that, I only read certain miniseries and certain arcs because it was what would interest me, because I was just kind of out of it by that point. And I think also because I part of with the split, we stopped having human cast. I think, was there one human around?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. That was my problem with
I didn't like that there was no human cast. I like the human cast. I like the story. I know I just praised Transformers 1, but that's kind of the whole point of it. I like the way that
humans are important to this franchise.
Yes,
damn it!
I absolutely love it. And you notice that I know Beast Wars and 1 are in the top tier, but like Bumblebee and Prime and the '86 movie show the importance of humans. I like when the humans work with the Transformers, and that's what kind of turned me off of IDW when they got to that split era. Was I was like, so there's no human characters anymore? I thought it would be like they go more than meets the eye. It'd be on the Lost Light. They go on their space adventures, and then Transformers would kind of go back to like our robots in disguise would work with the humans again, but they just kind of left it, and that's why I like Skybound so much, because
I think you should go back just to give it a fresh.
The only way I'm going back is if Skybound puts out compendiums in reading order.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I don't want to track all that down.
Yeah, no, I totally, definitely. But I
read the Revolution stuff, the crossover things.
That was a mess, wasn't it?
That wasn't great.
Yeah, but I think you should give Matumti a fair shot.
I would give it another shot if I could read the entire thing straight through. I never had that opportunity. And I also know that like when I put together like a speculated guide of how they could collect all the Transformer stuff, right? And when I was doing that, I realized how messy things got at the end of Phase 2.
Oh, definitely.
And
definitely.
Was it Phase 3? Is that the one that didn't get finished really, or the?
Well, people just call it IDW2.
Yeah.
IDW pretty much. Yeah, no, I mean, hey, you have all these problems with IDW Transformers, but IDW2 is a mess. I did not like IDW2 at all. There's a lot of decisions.
I don't know anybody.
A lot. There was some great ideas, but there's a lot. I did not like how they handled it.
My shop stopped carrying it because of how bad it was selling. Like,
there's a reason why IDW lost the license.
Yeah. Do you know what's my favorite IDW comic though?
Was it Beast Wars?
Okay, I did really like Beast Wars. It was Last Stand of the Wreckers.
Yeah, that was great.
I really liked that. I really like Last Stand of the Wreckers. I love the spotlights. I miss Spotlight. I don't know why they stopped doing those. Just like here's a spotlight on a character. Like the Nightbeat Spotlight issue is amazing. But
there's value.
There's a lot of value in it. It's just like any comic that runs a long time. It's going to have its ups and downs. It's going to be kind of messy.
Yeah,
if I have an easy way of reading it, I'll go for it.
Yeah, I feel like you're not giving IDW enough credit. I feel like you should go back when they do ever release it, because again, there's some
That being said, I didn't want to mean to say that I wasn't giving IDW credit, but I do think the Marvel G1 comic is still the best Transformers comic run. And the reason why is because I think the thing with the IDW run is that it has a lot of great stuff in it, but it does fall into that trap of let's do 2 books now, let's do a miniseries, let's do this. Whereas like the original Marvel comic has that like you can just read the main comic, and if you need additional material, there's 2 miniseries, and that's it. It's the straightforwardness of it.
I mean
that
that's just comic books in general. I'm not gonna give.
Yeah, it's not a Transformer specific problem, because it's comic books in general. It's the same issue I'm having with the current IDW Ninja Turtles.
It's hard to keep up with that. I really want to get more into IDW
I do not
Turtles.
know why they were like, let's relaunch IDW Ninja Turtles. I'm like, okay, cool. We were doing 1 ongoing, and now we're doing 3.
This is why I'm really glad IDW Scientist has miniseries when the books separate.
The thing is that like, I don't know why we're doing 3 Turtles comics, and I don't know why Raphael's got this was confusing me. The first issue of the Jason Aaron TMNT is focused on Raphael in prison. Okay.
Second one's Michelangelo, was it?
Second one was Michelangelo. Third, I think, is Donatello, and then the fourth
is Leo.
But so Raphael's in prison is where I'm at in brain-wise. And then with no editor's notes and no context, the first issue of Ninja Turtles Mutant Nation is him and Pepperoni doing road trips across the country. And I'm like, so when does this take place?
Yeah, no, that's why I'm just reading the main book, because I'm just reading the main book. I'm not reading the side turtle stuff because I just feel like
I am tempted
it's too much
to drop all 3 and just wait for the hardcovers. Because because it's also because I stuck with original IDW Ninja Turtles for 100.
I need to read issue 1, but I need to read issue 2. I did like issue 1 of.
I liked issue 1. I didn't like issue 2.
I just need to read it. Hey, let's end the stream before we get more tangents.
Before we get the thing is that the Night Watcher comic actually has me more interested than the main Turtles comic, and Mutant Nation and the main Turtles I'm like, okay, but Night Watcher I'm like, ooh, that I'm actually
God, I like the free. I forgot to pull down my pull list.
Yeah.
I really should.
The identity of Night Watcher sold that book on for me.
I'll probably wait for. I think I haven't spoiled on that. I probably should just wait for the trade.
I would say wait for the trades. I'm also still in a holding pattern with if I like Jason Aaron's writing. I'm still mad about Avengers. I thought I was over it, but I decided to reread some of the Avengers stuff that he wrote, and I was like, no, this still sucks.
I'm not gonna judge. I'm not gonna judge the Turtle run because I haven't read that much. I only read a little bit of Avengers run, so again, I got.
It's kind of like his Tom King comics. It's like you gotta really convince me.
Tom King, Tom King. So I have a 50-foot pole with, especially when I saw what was his newest book? What's the newest book with the girl? Yeah, I saw a page in that and was disgusted.
I saw a page in that and a page in Wonder Woman, both at the same time, that made me go ick.
Yeah.
Anyways, this is not a comic stream. Follow Dark. Follow him. Follow
me. Follow me at Dark on YouTube. I do arcade versions like the ONC's rated channel.
See you guys. Oh, I'm not streaming. Oh my God, did I forget to mention I'm not streaming next week on the regular show? I think I was talking about the videos and how I'm going out of town. Whatever.
Next week, right?
Figure it out. I will be leaving town Friday. Next Monday, I'm going to be in Disneyland. If I can stream, I will. If I can't, then you're not going to see anything. But
you can be one of those like real life streamers and just be a menace. You don't want the views, money.
I'm not going to be a menace for views. I'm going to find a quiet corner of Galaxy's Edge and then sit and chat with you guys for a little bit to do the live stream. I hope I can do it. If I can't, I'll make a tweet about it. But
and somehow fly being cast to be your co.
I wish I could. I wish I could. Thanks, Blade Raider. But anyways, I will hopefully stream next Monday. Stay tuned to Twitter and Discord and stuff. I'll tell you guys if I'm doing it or not. So, anyways, we'll see you guys next time we see you.